Wait. So what happened with Drake? What's going on?
Okay, so
Light
two things
skin
have
miss.
happened.
It's a real light skin miss.
A tape dropped of him spanking it, so we all got to see his meat. And then another one.
I'm glad I missed that. Okay, so I'm not missing nothing. Okay.
Another one is they played Rihanna's song "Work," and he was like, "Oh, I don't sing that no more. Y'all sing it for me," and just being light skinned.
You know what? See. Right after somebody say he's pop, and right after you come defend him with all your heart and soul, Chef, and say he's hip hop, he do some shit like this. He turned around and embarrassed you like this.
He is hip hop. I said he has hip hop songs.
Yeah. I mean, but you was riding a little bit.
He all across the spectrum, child.
Yeah, but you was riding for him a little bit, and he gonna show up.
I did until I saw his meat.
Oh damn! Damn.
Super mid. Regular.
Look, man, look. As men, look. You better know how to work some. If you listen, if you're not endowed, see certain things. I'm trying to think how to say this. Everything looks smaller in camera and in the mirror, right? So you got to know what you're working with.
No, because the camera put 10 pounds on you. No.
It might, but listen, wrong angle, wrong time. You know, see, women work angles. You see what y'all do with the phone. Y'all can do some things, right? I'm just saying, if you gonna have your meat on display for public consumptions, you want to get the best possible visual. Because these women ain't gonna let you make
consumption. Somebody saw him and they recorded him.
Oh,
he wasn't completely erect.
Wait, no, he was recording himself.
No, he was watching something on his phone, and somebody was recording him.
That was a mirror. He was recording in the mirror. Did you see that?
Oh, that was a mirror?
Yeah,
that's even worse.
Yeah, he did that on purpose. He was recording in the reflection.
So you recorded half done meat.
Goodness gracious. Come on. See, that's why they call him Drizzy. That's why we call him Aubrey around here. We don't even call him Drake.
Why would you record half done meat knowing you a grower, not a shower? Meat just
see what I'm saying?
Rare.
See what they do. See what they do to you fellas. If you gonna show up to the party ready to play. Your shoes need to be laced up. Your pants pulled. Come on, man. Damn, Drake.
Yeah.
What an embarrassment.
Medium rare.
Might
as well been blue.
So that nigga was naked from waist down. Like, wait a minute.
You mean tell me he was like he look. You remember when you was going to the bathroom? You remember the elementary school bathroom? You walk in there and one of them kids. They peeing at the
all the way to his ankles.
Y'all, he had on like a whole jacket.
You was like, come on, man. Got his shirt.
That was literally my sweater for a while.
And his pants. He got a shirt. They pull their shirt up around their chest and pull their pants around their ankles.
He had on like a whole scarf.
Nigga chin holding his shirt up
and naked from the waist down with his legs wide open.
Oh, Drizzy, man.
Yeah, it's all bad. Like this was it definitely was not the video you take when you got money. This is a poor man's video. Like,
man.
If he was gonna do that, he should have been out here like what's the face? Not Cardi, Nicki Minaj, old dude. Oh my God, what's his fucking name with his name?
Safari.
Yes, Safari. Safari had, he had nice lighting. He was put together when he did it. Drake on a humbug.
You gotta put a little grease on it. You gotta put a little grease on it, shine it up, cut down the hairs down all the way down to the base. You gotta trim. You gotta trim
meat out here.
No, you can't have no ashy
meat. He was
meat.
looking like a little ashy nigga for to be light.
He really was. Like, you wouldn't have thought he was no millionaire. You would have thought he was like a homosexual.
Oh man!
That nigga about to send that video to inboxes.
It definitely decreased his value for sure.
Oh man.
But what was
man.
worse about it is all the guys that were trying to look at it to see what he had to measure
See
themselves.
that's even worse. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
What?
You know what? You let me tell you what
It
used
was
to be
more.
funny.
I found the video because of men, dudes.
Them niggas have been riding hard for Drake though.
You know what? You know what I used to appreciate? I used to appreciate when women would post, back when Facebook was letting y'all get away with murder, especially on them on the Facebook after dark, right? I appreciate all y'all women that warned us, said, men, don't come to this post because it's meat in the comments. And so we would just stay away from the post. I appreciated y'all for doing that. But you mean to tell me that all that time it was dudes actually going to lurk to see what the meat was? So there's some meat gazers out there, just random little meat gazers out there just...
Yeah, because they want to know if they got more than Drake. So they can be like, yeah, I'm bigger than Drake. Why is he part of your street cred process?
God
of all people,
damn.
Drake is part of your street cred process. Now let me go get this boy. Y'all hear him?
Somebody said he got man boobs. He not taking off his shirt.
And man boobs might have gave him more credibility, to be honest. We like that vibes out here.
Goddamn, Drizzy. Goddamn. Y'all can get off Drake. Anyway, so for our first subject up, man, golly, man. For our first subject up, do y'all question, or would y'all question a man's sexuality if he was dating a stud?
Laughter. I'll be back on that.
Hold on. So first, I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna play the video. But then I want to know if the man is laid up dating a stud, whatever he's doing with a stud, y'all gonna question this. I want to play this video first.
It's oh my god. I'm gonna go in.
Hello. Hello. All this fucking trash around here. That is like a goddamn party.
What the fuck is you doing in here, man? What the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
What is you doing in here?
Oh, yeah.
I know what the fuck is you doing in here?
Get up. Get the hell up.
What the fuck is you doing?
What the fuck are you on?
What do you mean? What's I'm on?
You done had a party.
I'm chilling.
I've been calling your phone all night.
Hey man, that's
Yo,
my
bro.
That's my
Yo,
bro.
bro.
Man. That's
What
my
are you
bro.
doing? What are you doing? Is this a
No,
stunt?
bro, hold on.
Are you a
Hold on,
stunt?
dog. That's my bro. We was just chilling watching the game. What you talking about? We watching the game.
I done called you like 10 times. Don't go nowhere.
We watching the
What's
game.
up? What's up?
We over here watching the game.
Are you a girl? You a boy? What's up? What's going on? You in here laying up with a stud?
No,
You laying up with a stud for real? Yeah, I'm busting it. I ain't busting it. Y'all been in here drinking my liquor? This my stuff.
You bought that for me.
I don't care. I'm for you, not for you and your home.
That's just my
Whatever
bro.
this is
That's
that
what's
a
up,
stud?
man.
So you cheating on me with a stud?
That's just the homie. We was just
What are you eating?
watching football. What you
Why I've
mean?
been calling you?
What you
What are
mean?
y'all doing? Why?
We just watching football, man. Get out, man.
Oh Lord.
Man.
So wait, hold on. So coochie, right? Or is it not?
No.
Why? What's the problem? Explain. What's the problem?
If coochie is coochie, then that makes a trans woman a woman.
No, they don't got coochies. They got.
No,
orifices.
yes, they do.
They have an orifice. No, they have an orifice.
Fine. You want to be technical?
Yeah.
Either way,
I mean, born with a real cooch, but it's dressed like a boy. Is that questionable?
I'm gonna let Casey go on this one.
You don't do. She threw you up under the bus first.
Okay. This is what I'm gonna say, y'all.
She trying.
Okay. Personally, we gonna feel some type of way. We gonna say is kind of gay. Technically, it's not. Technically, it's not. But if the roles were switched, that's why I'm trying to think if it was a woman dating like a feminine kind of looking man. So I don't want to say it, but yes, it's suspect. It's suspect. It's suspect, and it makes me feel weird. but you know, to each his own. I'm not judging. But like, why? Why do you want to stud? Were y'all homies, and then like one thing led to another, or did you like seek that out? You know,
that's a good question, because so if that's your homie, like your homie, and maybe y'all drink, smoke, she lay down, she take off the clothes, and all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, it's something under there. Okay, that is a very good distinction. So maybe you didn't want to, but you ended up because you looked at it and like, oh shit, it's someone.
Yeah, and you know how like when you hang out with a person and like say they're not just like the most attractive person, but the more you hang out with them and get to know their personality, they start to become attractive to you. So maybe he stopped seeing the studness at some point and was like, this a girl, this a whole girl.
Yeah, but you know, like some of these dudes that like trans, they think that trans are the best of both worlds. You a dude, but you a girl. So I get the dude part of you. You like to watch football and play video games, but you also got a part that I can indulge in that are somewhat ladyish. I'm gonna give my quick. So I'm kind of in line with you a little bit on it. Where if you seek that out, I question it. Like, why would you want the masculine you want the feminine, but you want it to be dressed and presented as masculine? That throws me off. I don't understand that, so I call it questionable at the very least. It is definitely questionable for me.
Yeah.
Who voice deeper?
Oh my god. Does that make a difference?
Does that run around and talking like this, like, what up, man?
Don't does that legitimately make a difference who voices deeper? God,
it kind of does, because it could. Now you have some studs who strap up on dudes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she might be busting him down.
Might be clapping his cheeks.
Damn.
So yeah, I'm gonna question it. I'm gonna question a whole lot of it. Because now again, technically, it's a man and a woman, so it's heterosexual. And even if she is penetrating him, that is still considered heterosexual.
Oh, hetero questionable. That's my new stance. My new stance. My new term for heterosexual men that partake in the not so straight path is hetero questionable. That's my new thing. I'm putting it out there in the ether. If y'all hear anybody saying hetero questionable, it came from Manuel Hill on the best conversation.
Trademark that
hetero
like
questionable. That's, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? Go to the patent and trademark office and put that down. But real talk. So yeah,
I think it's questionable. Now, if there was just a homie and things just kind of fell into place, that's one thing, I guess. But yeah, if they out here seeking that, every guy that I ever known that likes masculine women are bisexual.
Okay.
Man, all right. Can we start with the air mattress in the living room? And it wasn't even all the way inflated.
It wasn't inflated because they had been rolling around on it. It loses air the more action you give it.
Whose apartment is he in?
Hers.
Wait a minute. She did just let herself in. Did she pick the lock?
No. She let herself in. I think she let herself in. I think that's her spot.
So who is the dude to her now? Wondering like, why would he?
Probably her baby daddy. It's always the baby daddy. It's never the boyfriend or the husband. Well, sometimes it is, but that look like the baby daddy. That's a baby daddy situation.
But now that we somewhat got that out of the way, that was just irking my nerves. Nigga laying on the air mattress in the middle of the living room. But and like it's stinking now. Nah, I got to stamp him gay. He gay. He gay.
Damn, you just straight gave him the gay label. You didn't give him no quarter. You didn't give no quarter for the bullshit.
You know I don't do the gray areas. Either you is or you ain't.
I mean, if you run around, like I said, if you're feminine but masculine presenting, I tend to think it's very questionable. I would wonder what would attract a man to a woman that's presenting herself as a guy. I don't quite get that.
Daddy issues?
Who the man got that? The man got daddy issues?
Yeah.
Could be.
Or something. Something going on there.
I bet he quick to pull the pistol out too. That's the type of dude that struggles with his masculinity. It's like he the type of dude that overprove to show people that he's a man. I'm telling you, man. That dude, that's a thin line he's walking. So on a real bad night for him,
as a boy laying there, they done had a little drinky drink, a little smoky smoke, and the dude like, hey man, I won't tell. He gonna slide.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, because his homeboy ain't gonna tell. He gonna be like Dwight Howard. I'm a little nasty, but not like gay. That's what he gonna be on that shit. He gonna be on that bullshit, man. Y'all ladies be careful out here. Y'all like, you know what I'm saying? Frank said if he'll bust down a stud, he'll bust down a bruh. So hey, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ladies just be careful out here.
I mean, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
That's probably
Got to be more careful in the streets, man. Got to be more careful. So now, did anybody here? Well, I didn't, and I ain't judging those that did. But anybody watch the? Oh wait, hold on. I'm trying to think. Do I need to jump? Wait, hold on. I want to jump to another one because this is going to be a short video, and then we're going to talk about some of the issues we ran into with the Grammys. There you go. He just wanted to get on camera. There you go. There you go.
Making all that noise back there.
Look at him.
He said, "Let me on camera, and I calm down." That's what he said. Yeah.
Let me keep him. I'll keep him for you.
Come get him, child.
Superstar.
I've been needing a break.
How old is he?
Almost 7 months.
Oh yeah, I'll take him.
Already.
You can have him back when he potty trained.
Perfect.
Listen to that. What?
I'll leave child support, child. Come get him.
Shit. It's some grown men out here that ain't potty trained. You take them too? Shit.
They pee stink.
Real talk. They pee stink. They damn sure do. So I don't know who this person is. So this lady posted that her husband of 8 years, and I think they got 6 children together. Maybe y'all know who this dude is.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Okay. So I'm gonna post the video. And it's not really a video, but it's kind of a video. But you know, it's kind of a meme with her, and I had to read the text, you know, because it wasn't big enough to put on screen. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that, and then y'all tell me if she stuck around too long. Like if she stuck around too long.
After 8 years of marriage, I'm getting a divorce. Since the onset of November 2023, my husband has been involved in an affair with a fellow participant from his comedic endeavors. This is not an isolated instance, but rather a reoccurring pattern of behavior. Despite the gravity of this situation, it was the final incident that compelled me to take this decisive action. Over the span of our decade-long journey together, I have been subjected to the various forms of disheartening behavior, and throughout this ordeal, I maintained my silence and remained steadfast in my loyalty to my husband, all in an attempt to shield his public image from the taint of such scandal. In spite of my husband's failings, my affection for
I
him
remember
remained
seeing this.
unshakable. I conceived a family with him, nurturing the hope that
I
he
can't
would
remember
evolve into the
exactly.
man his
I know he
persuasive
cheated on
words
her.
suggested.
Like who
but
is
his
he?
actions contradicted.
I don't know.
They're
He's probably
social
somebody.
media
Painful as this experience
influencers.
is, I'm
Okay.
confident that better days lie
He has
ahead
like
for
a
me.
comedy
I have
show or
devoted
something. I
these
think they have
past
a
years to
TV show too
upholding my
now.
commitment to my husband, expressing my love
They
for
came
him,
under fire
and fostering our
recently
family.
because she
With
had
all
another
insinuating
baby,
slanders, accusations,
and they ended up. She was pregnant with twins again. I think that might have been the third time. And they lost one of the babies, and she came under fire for that because they like videotaped the whole thing and had it all over social media. And it's like, why y'all doing way too much for content? So she was pretty much accused of being pregnant for content. Like literally, they would have a baby and have another one, have a baby, have another one, over and over again. And then this came out, and it's like, sis, that man, you got 6 children, and he was cheating on you before now, and you kept having babies.
Yeah, she said it's been 8 years, and it's like whatever the most recent thing is why she's finally decided. I mean, sure, she might have caught him laid up with a stud. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that was the final straw. But so 8 years and 6 kids, like golly, that means he literally had her pregnant the entire marriage. However,
We've
that
never
math
seen her not pregnant, other than like the day she had a baby.
That's crazy.
That's how much they even used her pregnancies as content.
That's crazy.
And they got all boys. I think they might have one girl. Maybe. I can't even remember, but I know it's a bunch of boys.
The number of kids ain't the problem. It's the back-to-back pregnancies. You gotta let your body heal.
And then to stick it out for 8 years.
I swear to God, I don't think I've ever seen her not pregnant before. So I don't even know what she looks like not pregnant.
That's crazy.
I think to stick it out for 8 years, and all that time he was cheating, and for you to stick it out, you a damn fool. Like 8 years for the whole time. Right. This
She might well write it out.
I mean, maybe they have the money. Is he that much of an influencer?
No, they're influencers together.
So maybe the money is.
That's how they
good.
got to where they are. They started. I think her first pregnancy was twins, and that's when they started making content. I mean, it's been progression from there.
When does a woman tap out from being cheated on? Like how long during a marriage are you going to deal with it? Because you're not agreeing with it. Apparently, if she has an issue with it, then she must have never agreed with it. How long do you stick through that? Is 8 years too long?
Oh yeah, I give you one time.
You get 1 year. You get 1 year to get it together. All right, you slipped up. Wait, what do you mean?
No,
one
not
time
1 year.
or
1 time.
1 time.
1 time.
Okay,
and that's
Man,
lifetime.
Right.
They don't reset in
right.
9 years or nothing.
That's not right. That's bullshit. I mean, I need some. He needs some time to get through a phase.
No, because I'm not that woman. If you want to open marriage, just open this thing up. Just know the goose and the gander getting the same
we don't want that. We want to open it up.
One.
No,
I give you one.
1 year.
No.
Oh.
1 time.
1 year to get out of the system.
Yeah. Sometimes that's all it takes.
See, this is why my next man gotta have already been married before. I want you to have already gotten all that at your system.
And already went through some struggle, and yeah. Go through some struggle. Yeah. Go through it.
Come to me with your knees bad. You tired. You just want some good food and some hugs, and you already got churned. That's how you come to me at this point in my life. Ain't no phases. You about to cheat on me,
Casey? Is 8 years? Is 8 years too long to stick it out?
Hell yeah! No,
damn.
No,
no. Y'all threshold is disappointing.
Would you say for 8 years? No, because my thing is, we too old. We too old for that. Like, you don't have any self-control. If you want to sleep with other people, stay single or marry you a wife that's cool with that. But she wasn't cool with that,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's her fault. She can't be mad at him. You knew what he was doing and you stayed.
Yeah.
right?
So,
She the fool.
yeah, you stayed.
She boo the fool.
You know, slip up one time. I used to say cheating was my only, red flag. My the one thing that I would break up for. Growing up, now I know that cheating don't have nothing to do with you. You ain't cheating, it has everything to do with that person who is cheating. They have some kind of deficiencies, they feel some type of way. It has nothing to do with you. So you can't take it personal. We always want to take it personal. But if he's a habitual cheater, no, you're not, they get sloppy, they stop using protection, they start getting pregnant and bringing stuff home. My body means way more to me than this relationship. You know what I mean? So no.
Whoa. You sacrifice your body for your man. Y'all.
Absolutely the fuck not.
No.
What?
No.
I sacrificed my body for a man when I bore a child for him. That's as much sacrifice as I'm doing.
No.
I'm relatively disappointed.
Y'all ain't nothing like your grandma.
Thank you.
Absolutely
Thank
not.
you.
She told me to want better for myself.
Every generation should be better than the last.
My grandmama my grandmama told me don't date. She said all men gonna do is hurt you.
Boy. You know what?
One time is one time enough. And she might well just go ahead and stay with him and just ride it out.
All them kids, you might as well, because who gonna come along? Who is coming along to deal with that? Listen, look, I'm looking at these ages, ma'am. I don't know a man. Listen, it's one thing when you done had like 5 kids or something, and 4 of them gone, and you got 1 more left, and they 16, 17. Say less. Those are still at the house. Who gonna date that? If a dude come around, he trying to bust one and eat up some snacks. That is it. He is not trying to commit.
But this is what's crazy about me. Crazy for me on this. According to this, he's cheated multiple times. So I'm assuming it's more than 5. What's the problem now? You done let him do it that much.
I'm telling you, it was something that was something more. Maybe he fell in love. Maybe it was a stud. Maybe it was
he made another baby. That's what that was.
No,
or maybe it was a baby.
They probably start coming to her as a woman. Barbara this Shirley.
You said they probably start what?
Coming to her as a woman. Barbara this
Shirley.
Yeah,
or somebody that put it on blast on social media. Embarrassment. Yep. Because a lot of women will deal with a lot as long as that shit don't embarrass them. They ain't getting called out. They ain't getting put on. So that right there, man. I saw the 8 years and I saw the 6 kids, and I was just like, damn, 6 kids, bro. Like, I got 6 kids in the game. I'm not playing with nothing. First of all, that child support will humble you real quick. There's no situation where if he has to pay child support, where he's not gonna have that. You got to be a millionaire so many times over to where money don't matter. That's 6 kids.
But here's where this gets worse, and why I ain't got no sympathy for her. At the end of her paragraph, it says, "We will endeavor to share our co-parenting journey with you." Y'all just got them kids for content. I saw that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. And shoot, they might even plant this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Could be. Now let's bring
it past people that put their lives on Front Street for content. Y'all just trying to secure the bag. And because y'all know this little drama, everybody gonna eat it up.
And then to get back together. When y'all come back together and work it all out, people gonna love that even more.
That's Derek Jackson and his ex-wife.
Yeah, they gonna write a book.
Derek Jackson and Janae got back together. They gonna get back together.
I bet they will. They gonna go to God, and God gonna heal them.
They never broke up, I bet.
I don't think they did either, because they still married.
I don't know if the divorce was ever official.
I'm telling you, they did that for content, because she started her little life coaching sessions after that, $900 a session for an hour.
Which nobody bought. Nobody bought that.
No, it's I'm sure it's some idiots who bought it.
There's some women
definitely.
like her that bought into that.
Right. I mean, look at how Lori Cutno was out here doing with her wife's school.
Oh my God! Oh my God, Ro! Oh my God, Ro! The wife school.
That's why
You ever
back to the States for them warrants she got.
You know who they talking about, Ro?
Warrants for like sex trafficking.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Why she ain't in the United States, baby? Them people was looking for her.
Man, people don't understand how that sex trafficking shit works. If you pair a couple up and you are running a very thin line, like even people that are so-called matchmakers or international, what do they call when you get a mail order bride or anything? That's not something you can just do all willy-nilly.
Dropping your girl off. I said, dropping your homegirl off at her house. That's sex trafficking.
Yeah. it is dangerous, man.
Because if that man won't let that woman leave, you are now part of the story.
Yep. I wonder if I've ever been
hook up.
I wonder if I've ever been trafficked before. I'm pretty sure somebody. I got trafficked. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna go through my memory. I'm pretty sure they gave me back.
Everything you did was volunteer.
No, I'm pretty sure somebody dropped me off somewhere before, and I ended up in a situation that I'm not. I'm just gonna think about it. I'm gonna think.
Probably Frank dropped you off.
Probably Frank. Frank probably dropped me off somewhere. I'm pretty sure. But it was a lady. He ain't dropped me off with no stud, and he ain't dropped me off with no brother. So let's be real clear about it.
You know what?
All right, yeah.
No, I ain't drop you off. When we went down to Austell, and the chick stayed in the apartments, and her friend was a stripper.
Oh yeah.
Them apartments up.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, but we didn't get trafficked. Did we partake in some trafficking? We can't say that.
She asked me to take her to work.
Is there a statute of limitations?
And her work was a strip club.
Yeah, and we were there.
Hey, bro. Hey, you did that. Hey, you were the driver. You were the driver. So if they ever double back and say they got traffic, I'm gonna say me too. God damn it. He got me too. Yeah. Say what's up. Your ass going down, Frank. You going down, boy.
My will and got you to say it on tape.
Flip right on your ass, boy. Flip on him. Oh boy, he gonna be sitting on the stand. They gonna say, "Hey, we got a special witness coming in," and him, I ain't gonna make no eye contact with your ass. Nothing.
Gonna be looking straight forward.
Come on, looking just like this the whole time. Can you point to the defendant? I'm like,
nigga dirty, man.
So who watches the Grammys on here, man? I can't ever think that I've watched. I don't know if I've ever watched the Grammys.
Grammys in about a decade.
I haven't. I don't know. So
I didn't know it was on. The missus, she turned it on, and I think it was in the middle of it, and it's not worth the watch.
Because what are you watching when you're watching it? Does anybody perform?
Yeah, they got performances. And
I watched the VMAs before I watched the Grammys, and I barely watched that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe we just all too old for award shows. Anyway, I want to post Jay-Z's rant. We've all seen it.
Obviously, it's subjective because you know it's music and it's opinion based. But you know, some things, you know, I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. The most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work. You know, some of you gonna go home tonight and feel like you've been robbed. Some of you may get robbed. Some of you don't belong in the category. Oh, no, that was it. No, when I get nervous, I tell the truth. Obviously.
So he felt some way about Beyonce not getting what exactly?
Album of the year.
Album of the year.
And she's never got album of the year.
Never.
She got like 32 Grammys, don't she?
So here's
a ton of Grammys.
So here's again, he started off by saying music is subjective. Now, if it's all political, then there's nothing you can really do about it. But album of the year, like I don't listen to Beyonce's music. I don't have anything against what she does. It's just not for my taste. But anybody that's a consumer, what is the criteria for album of the year as fans? Like, I don't know if Casey, if you're a fan of Beyonce, Chef, if you are, or
absolutely
so
fan.
okay, good. No, that's good. Okay, so album of the year, like compare her to somebody who has album of the year or somebody y'all respect that has had it, and tell me if she should have had it.
I don't know. Like Sheffy said, I don't watch the Grammy, so I don't know who's won it to say. I know her music is the shit. So, but like my first thought when you said that is like, well, compared to who? But I don't listen to nobody else for real. To like,
right.
Go ahead, Sheffy. I compare Beyonce, and y'all can crucify me if you want to, but let's be honest. Beyonce is Michael Jackson of this day.
Boom.
This day. She is the equivalent of Michael Jackson for this time in space.
Yes.
Now, if Michael Jackson was still alive, would she even come near that? Absolutely not.
Right.
But who is more popular than her other than Taylor Swift?
Taylor who?
And the only reason I say Taylor Swift because there's a whole that's a whole different thing of why Taylor Swift is as popular as she is.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing. Because you remember when Taylor Swift was first really on the scene, nobody checked for her because they was like, you keep running through men and your albums are just about them men. Mm-hmm. Then she dropped that song Shake It Off, and now everybody is all, oh, Taylor Swift. Y'all didn't like her like a year before that.
Right.
But look at the overall show Beyonce puts on.
Child.
Look at the expanse of her music across genres.
Child.
Who else is doing that but her right now?
And I feel like, I don't know nothing about Taylor, but I've seen like, little snippets. You see stuff on social media. I feel like she copied Beyonce's style. Like when it comes to the kind of show she put on with the leotard and the dancing and stuff. Like, but anyway, yeah, I agree, Sheffy. So.
Okay, so.
Shut up, Manuel.
And now, again, I'm not comparing her to Michael Jackson. I'm comparing her work product.
So
because she has not reached her full potential. If she can get there, she can get to that Michael Jackson level, but she the next. Okay, here's my thing. There are so many men, that feel the same way as you. For whatever reason, y'all feel the way y'all feel, but with their wives and girlfriends, they just happened to go to like one little Beyonce concert and they were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I felt this way. Now, they might not have become overnight die-hard fans, but they were just like, I give her respect. Like,
now, hold on. Now, let me pause you. Mm-hmm. Showmanship, there's no artist. There are very few artists in the history of performance that are showmanship or on that level with Beyonce. I'm not taking that.
That's what I'm talking about.
So look, maybe something just happens when people invoke the name of Michael Jackson. Reason being is because there's so many variables that come in. We got to always remember that Michael Jackson started as a little person, and then he took it to damn near senior citizen and stayed relevant the whole time. And it was during a time where you had to physically, it was during a time where you had to physically get up off your ass, go on to the stove, and go get that album. And then you had to physically get off your ass to go onto the stove to go get that single. And it was at a time where people sat and waited until a video came on a program at a prime time. And when you say everybody, you're talking about grown men fainting, children crying, girls losing it, presidents oohing, and Beyonce has an effect, and so is her effect the closest to that?
Yes,
it might be. I don't know, maybe, but
it's not exactly on par. But for where we are now, musically, who else is doing better?
With where we are now musically, and see that's the thing. That's the thing I run into, because when I start thinking about musically what he did and what he was doing and what she's doing, it's two different eras. It's just different. You know, people
you
always
want to say that, Manuel. If she, and I promise you I'm not that person that does, you know, but if she was a man, people
it wouldn't matter. No,
about her.
I feel
differently about the product that she's putting out. They'd be like, damn, he the next Michael Jackson.
No, I feel the same way when people saying that. When people were saying that about Chris Brown, I'm like, y'all out of y'all mind. Like, people say, oh, Chris Brown can rap, Chris Brown do this, and I'm like, yeah, he can, but he's not that guy.
Better than he is.
People recently tried to say Drake, and I'm like, Drake, no. I'm like, we got to remember, we're talking about this dude took the Beatles songs, he took rock themes, he took blues themes, he took jazz themes, he took pop, he took all these
other things Beyonce's done.
Beyonce's doing the same.
Beyonce has a whole country song, baby.
Whose rock medley did she do? I mean, I don't. We'll say, and I don't know. Listen, I will say, I don't know.
Don't hurt yourself. That has Travis Barkley on it from he's a drummer for
Blink 182.
Travis Barker.
Blink 182. Blink 182 is rock or are they pop? They're modern rock. Okay.
No,
it's just harder, man. It's just harder. There's no Moonwalker. Like, she did no Moonwalker. Like, I don't want to do it because I'm seeing like a Beyonce hater. She did no Moonwalker. He turned into a car. Like, come on. He was a whole transformer. He turned into a car. He turned into a robot.
Have you seen the Lemonade Story?
Hell no. I ain't got no business looking at that.
Manuel, just stop.
Michael,
you can't see what she hasn't done if you ain't never seen nothing she's done.
Yeah, I guess. I ain't seen nothing.
Jackson is my number one. I've loved Michael Jackson since I was 5 years old. He's my number one. But knowing what Beyonce is capable of, she trailing right behind him. Like, she is. I mean, she has not reached the epitome of who Michael Jackson is, but she ain't far. Like, all she needs is some, I don't know what that creativity, and they both Virgos, so I know she got it in her. It's coming. But her career has not reached, it's the length of time that he, you know what I mean? Like you said, he's been doing it since he was a baby.
Okay. Hold on. Somebody just dropped the comment. Hold on.
Videos. My God, that was a story. That was a whole story.
Hold on. Wait. Somebody said 11 Black artists have won Album of the Year at the Grammys, more than 60-year history, and just 3 of those artists are women. The last time a Black woman won it was 25 years ago, was Lauryn Hill for Miss Education of Lauryn Hill. Now,
and Miss Education of Lauryn Hill wasn't. I mean, if we look for that time, that year, Miss Education of Lauryn Hill. Matter of fact, I'm about to go back and see what other albums were there. Okay. Album. I'm not saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
did it deserve album of the year that year? I don't think so.
Man, listen. Miss Education is cooking. Miss Education, substantively and musically, is cooking albums. There has not been a woman that has dropped an album with more substance than Miss Education. I haven't heard it. Somebody give me. I swear, if y'all recommend the album,
because you don't listen to women.
No. Okay. If y'all recommend one album that one woman has done that's more substantive than Miseducation, one. Beyonce's more substantive than Miseducation?
Yes.
Okay, so let's hold on.
More substantive.
Wait a minute. The year that Lauryn Hill won, Shania Twain, Come On Over, Sheryl Crow, The Globe Sessions, Madonna, Ray of Light, and Garbage Version 2 is who she won over. Of course she was gonna freaking win.
Oh, okay. So
look at the album she was up against.
Okay. So my question is serious question. Is there so Beyonce has made an album that's more substantive, not more entertaining, more substantive than
Lemonade alone beats
is more substantive.
Yes.
Oh my God.
The Lemonade story was about the survival of infidelity in your marriage. It is.
Do y'all remember do y'all remember the track list
that took them through? Huh?
Do y'all remember the track list from Miseducation?
Yes, listen to
it. I still listen to Miseducation.
Yeah.
And Lemonade was more substantive than Lemonade was more substantive than Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Yes, and you know why it's more okay, I'll give you this one. You know why Miseducation doesn't fall on my ears the way it used to? Because I know she wasn't telling the truth.
Hey, Beyonce don't write her own shit. I don't want to hear that. Beyonce has writers. She's not a writer. Okay, is she a lyric for lyric, word for word writer like Lauryn Hill?
Not all the time, no.
No, not half the time, not a third of the time. Lauryn Hill is
that's
a
not
pure
true. That's not true.
Lyricist.
Either.
Okay, Lauryn Hill is a lyricist.
Miseducation wasn't all rap though.
Okay,
so
it wasn't all rap. I'm saying she is a lyricist.
Nothing Even Matters. Hold on. Nothing Even Matters wasn't written by Lauryn. That was written by D'Angelo. So come off of it, Armand.
Okay, wait. I'm not saying she writes her own. I'm saying who's the better writer? If y'all tell me Beyonce is a better writer than Lauryn Hill.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. You know why Beyonce's? Hold on, I'm gonna explain to you why Beyonce's a better writer. She has more content.
No. More doesn't equal better.
No, more can equel better when you have more to judge it on. We got one album from Lauryn. Y'all be shining that girl's ass.
We got one album, and we got nobody in history can almost touch her unplugged. Who can touch her unplugged?
Okay,
what
woman can unplug? That's fine.
I know. So there's no level of writing that Beyonce has ever done that could touch her unplugged. Like you, so the writing alone.
We're not talking about her unplugged. We're talking about Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
I'm just saying.
We're not talking about Lauryn Hill's unplugged.
I'm saying who's the better writer. So if I say she's the better writer and she wrote most of, so I'm gonna go listen to Lemonade, and I swear to God, if it ain't the most substantive, moving thing ever. Because it's hard for me to believe that Beyonce.
It's not going to be. She wrote it for women.
What? No, not necessarily. Watch the visuals. They go.
No. I don't need visuals. No. I need my ears.
Fine, whatever.
So no. See, that's what
if you don't need visuals, you didn't need Moonwalker.
No. I don't need that either. No, I don't need nothing. I'm just talking shit about Moonwalker. I'm saying with music, I just need ears. I don't need no visuals. I don't need to see you dance. When I listen to you, when I hear you. That's where I hear substance. I don't got to see nothing.
You can go back to Dangerously in Love. That was a very substantive album.
It was more substantive than Miseducation.
No, I won't say more substantive than Miseducation.
I'm not even going to believe Beyonce has ever been at no point. I don't believe Beyonce at any point.
When you think about it, it kind of was on the same lines. Like she had a song in there about her father. Like it was a lot going on.
Dangerously in Love was probably it was a very deep album. It was a very deep album. But see, here's the thing that I like about Beyonce that I don't like about Lauryn, and why her album doesn't fall on my ears the same is the whole album was about being miseducated about love, right? But you was a whole side chick and you got mad, so that's why you wrote that album.
Hey, she was also 17 years old or 18 or whatever the case may be.
She was not when she wrote that album. She was in her 20s.
I mean, well, whatever age she was, I'm not.
She was in her 20s,
the
banging a
personal
married man,
look,
and then trying to make him think her baby was his, and that's how they broke up the Fugees.
Let me tell you what I try not to do with artists. It is you get in a very dangerous place when you try to take an artist as the person and tie them to lyrics and find that perfect identification, because we find
but that was
when
the
you
point. But that was the point. The thing that made Miseducation that album is because she did that. She told us that was her story. The whole album is called The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Why would we not think that wasn't personal?
But we don't know. There's no way to know. There's no way for a single person other between that person and God and whomever else their high power is to know how authentic it is or isn't. I'm just talking about when you listen.
Came out later, Manuel. That's what we're trying to say. I'm trying to say.
But we don't know what's true. But it's too much that comes out over time later, and he's like, "Was that real? Was this real?" I'm just saying, regardless of how you feel about the person, when those words fall, are they more substantive than this person's words?
But substantive is not the quality that is required for album of the year.
I don't know what the criteria is. So when I think album of the year, why hasn't she got it? Is it because are we gonna say that Beyonce's competition is thicker? Maybe that's why she ain't got it.
Because you said that they don't give it to black women.
They're hating on her. Period. Like they said that she has so many awards. Why does she need any more? Like
somebody did make that point.
Grammys. 29, the most of anybody ever.
So is album of the year that important then?
To them, to the artist, it is, because it represents like the whole body of work.
It's like winning an Oscar.
Yeah, it's like the whole body of work.
I'm gonna say the president or whoever he is of the Grammys, he said what they gauge by is quality. So if you got a room full of people that's judging based on quality, then maybe her albums were good in the categories that she won in, but overall quality wasn't there.
But look,
I don't know. I don't know, man. See, I got a bad feel. See, you know what I got? I think I got a bad feeling that if I go listen to a Beyonce album, it's not going to do nothing for me, because maybe her type of music isn't. Because it's not even a Beyonce thing. It's a certain genre of music that does nothing for me. I don't listen to certain types of artists, so I don't think I would be fair to even judge it, because when I hear it, I'm gonna be like, well, this ain't that, and I don't like this, so I can't judge it. So I think those that are judging the quality of her albums need to be paying attention to like that genre, and if anybody in her genre is winning album of the year, they got to compare those fairly, right? You know what I'm saying? So if her contemporaries and if her competition is winning it, and her fans can truly listen to both and say it's on the same level or Beyonce is better, because I can't judge that. I don't think I can judge it, because I won't feel it. If that makes any sense.
I've been feeling this way this entire discussion about Beyonce. I'm like, you don't know nothing about Beyonce. You know nothing about her to judge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't, because I don't nothing I've ever heard.
Y'all hear on the radio, you got to hear the whole album.
Yeah.
Like,
but you know what comes on the radio typically. At some point, you hear at least something off the radio that makes you say, I want to hear more. And there's never been a thing I've heard that made me want to hear more. So that's what I'm saying. I probably wouldn't be somebody who can listen to a body of work and judge it based on a certain merit, because it might not speak to me. You know what I'm saying? It won't do that.
Like,
I'm saying,
for the song Daddy Lessons, I think she won a CMA for that. She won a Country Music Award for that song, because Dixie Chicks performed it with her at the CMAs years ago.
Yeah,
she's winning awards across multiple categories. consistently, but she ain't good enough for album of the year not once. That the metric alone is not logical.
And that's what Jay-Z was saying. Jay-Z was like, all right, y'all getting all this, and she gets all of that, but she ain't getting that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Here.
What'd you say?
Who got album of the year?
Taylor Swift.
Oh.
And you know why she did?
Yeah.
You know exactly why she did. This is the problem with the Grammys. So what they will do, because of course, you know, album sales is how all of these execs are making money. They will prop somebody up to capitalize on their popularity. Not saying that Miseducation wasn't a great album, but even then, when she got album of the year, I was like, they pandering because she hot right now.
Could be.
And Taylor Swift is hot right now. I mean, she's messing up sports for everybody.
Won 4 times.
Taylor Swift has won 4 times, and I actually listen to Taylor Swift. Ain't nary one of her albums better than Beyonce. Not one.
What?
Never. They're good.
Oh man.
But they're more along the lines of like Pink, Kelly Clarkson.
Wow.
But y'all giving her album of the year?
Wow.
You know what? I'm gonna do it to myself. I'm gonna listen to a Beyonce album.
Listen to Black is King. Go to Disney Plus.
Oh my God, Black is King. That album was so good. And that's various artists. It's not just Beyonce. It's various artists.
No. I don't want no various artists. I just want nothing but her. And I just want to hear. So y'all said Lemonade. No, one album. One. I don't know if I can do 2. One. I'm gonna do this tomorrow.
You can only do one.
Lemonade. I'll do Lemonade. Y'all said
D-Day or Lemonade.
All right, boy. Y'all said Lemonade. Oh boy, let me go ahead and I'm gonna set it up. Go listen to Lemonade. If y'all fuck up my algorithms, I'm gonna be mad, boy. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be so mad.
Just
boy, you gonna be in
Beyonce
hell.
You said what? I'm gonna be what?
You gonna be in Beyonce hell.
Oh man.
What it boils down to, there is no logical way you could win that many awards, best artist this, best that, and never qualify for best album. That's not logical. It's just not.
All right. Oh,
they don't want to get it for her, but it's all good.
They don't want her to have it.
Oh man. Well, speaking of the Grammys, what happened to my boy Killer Mike, man? What happened? Like, first of all, he won. Did he win album of the year? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got it. And
rap album.
And that was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought that was due, man. I mean, if you like Southern substantive, lyrical, funny, artistic, soulful, everything, I definitely thought it was. But I listen to Killer Mike, and I always have. So I can kind of judge that one a little bit. But there was a guy who made a video, and he kind of went the direction of Killer Mike being arrested is something akin to a ritual of, how did he put it? You have to go through this ritual of shame in order to win a Grammy, right? So I'm going to play what this dude got to say. Y'all let me know when to stop. He kind of goes on a little tangent about some other things about actors and whatnot. He's a little ashy. He's a little hotepish, but y'all see for yourself.
So Killer Mike gets arrested at the Grammy. Like, I don't think you understand the situation. My man get arrested right after winning the award and stepping down on stage and going to the back room. They put the cuffs and accosted him, bro, in front of everybody nationally. They got your boy looking embarrassed, bro. And I'm gonna keep it a stack, bro. I love my people. I ride for my people. But what you want me to keep doing, bro? You want me to keep being outraged every time the Grammys or the Essence, or not the Essence, look at me, but we need to talk about the Essence Award too. The Black Award. That ain't really Black Award, but you know what I'm saying? But let's talk. What's the other one? The Essence, the Grammys, the Oscars, whatever. Any of these awards, even the ones they make look like COINTEL black folks type of awards, bro. They don't like you Negroes and Negrumps. They do everything possible to find some type of ritual to embarrass one of you dudes or do some type of, national fiscal situation that makes it look like we can't be trusted. We are aggressive people. We are we're just nightmares to be around, bro. I don't know, bro. This could be me doing the most for a nigga like Killer Mike, who probably did do something bad. I don't know, but I'm gonna go off what my instincts tell me, bro. This is another ritual, bro. Another procedure, typical day at the Grammys, bro. And you see black folks, man, they don't like us. They don't like us. Nino Brown, I seen he just did a video I just watched that kind of make me want to do this, because it's like, I rock with you, Nino, but come on, bro. We can't keep calling Captain Planet to go bring all of us, like we're the Rangeteers, bro, and the Avengers, bro. We need to go ride for this. But am I supposed to keep riding when you keep touching the oven and you know it's fucking hot? You know you're going to get burned when you touch the oven. We supposed to keep jumping out of our feet and to ride for you, bro. No, stop going to the Grammys. Stop going to the Oscars. Stop. And then they're going to be like, oh, do your own thing. I guess do your own thing. Do your own awards. But here's the problem. When you do your own awards, you're just doing it because you're jealous of their little situation. You just doing your own award because you're still competing with them. And that's your problem. Just wake up one day and be like, fuck it. Wake up one day and say what I just said. Say, forget all this, bro. I'm just going to wake up. I'm going to go eat some ice cream. I'm going to go to some bowling with the fams or whatever. But you can't get your money in peace. It's not enough for you people to get a bag. You want the world to praise and adore you and love you. Like, when you're an actor, like, why do I need to watch the award show of you getting some type of nominated award or whatever, bro? An actor is nothing more than someone who could lie real good. So we give you awards because you know how to lie the best. That's what
So do y'all think there's some sort of ritual that people go through to win? Yeah, I've heard it several times from several people. There's always, they made the sacrifice. They did this. They shook and jived for them, so they're gonna win. Is there anything to what this man is saying?
Absolutely nothing.
No.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Just Source Awards, maybe.
I do agree that why are we at these award shows? Like, to me, it's ridiculous. Like, why?
Yeah, just boycott them. I agree 100% with that. If you don't like the way they rock, if you think it's political, if you think we're getting unfair treatment, stop going. Don't show up.
But,
don't even show up to get yours.
Why do we have to compare ourselves? Like, let them do their thing. Like, let them do that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Just continue to make your music. We don't need their awards.
We got a problem with inclusion. Our people, we got a problem with inclusion.
Yeah,
and I think it's because we're so inclusive that we want that same energy back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's part.
We've always, because we've been so conditioned to believe that white is superior, that we constantly, I'm gonna start saying we because I don't give a damn. They constantly chase after this acceptance from white people, because they feel like once they are accepted and allowed into that space, then they have reached a certain level of success, because white people are the epitome of success. So if you're rubbing elbows or shoulders or whatever, you standing next to this successful white man, then you have reached the mountaintop, and it's some type of, we have progressed beyond what our grandparents had lived through, and the dream of Martin Luther King has been realized, and all this dumb mess. But all that, it matters to them, but I don't know. Well, I ain't gonna say I don't know. I just explained why But I don't understand personally why does it matter to them to be accepted by people who keeps turning their butts towards us to kiss. You know, allow us to go to a certain level, and then if you get too close, no, nigga, velvet rope. Going back down to where you came from. So it's the same cycle repeatedly. But yeah, I do believe it is chasing that acceptance.
Right.
Yep.
I don't know if it's acceptance that they're looking for so much as these things are indicators of the benchmark of success.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's that they want the white folks to say we validate you so much as for this particular line of work, this is the benchmark of success. You know, like for me personally, I'm currently working on my doctoral degree. That is a benchmark of success. I'm not seeking validation from anybody. It's for me, it's an accomplishment for me to say that I made it to the top of the credentials that I can get for my line of work. And I think that's where it comes into. And I don't know that we are understanding that each industry has that benchmark of success. Mm-hmm. And people want that. You
I think that's something
like nobody can question you.
Right. I think, you know what? You make a good point right there, Chef, because when I think about Taraji recently and what she had to say about not getting paid as much, and some of the other actors who said the same thing, we haven't been paid as much, and you don't, nobody questions the acting ability of Viola Davis. Like not one person will question it, but she doesn't have the accolades, right? And I think what comes with those accolades, it does drive your earnings. You know what I'm saying? When you have that, it's now I have a Grammy award winning blah blah blah. Now I have an Oscar award winning blah blah blah. We see it with movies. We see it with everything that comes on. When a movie drops, it's always Oscar award winning blah blah blah. Now stars in alongside Academy Award winning blah blah blah.
Oscar nominee.
Oscar nominee. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It drives your purse up. So I think those benchmarks are definitely a good mention there, Chef. But then the dollars, there are certain dollars that come with that. It's almost like the NBA, right? No matter how good you are, you the MVP of the league, it changes it. Lead the score, it changes it. Those titles and things, so there are benchmarks. But I also think there's something to what Frank says is some of us want that validation from them. Some of us want that crossover validation too. So I think it's a bit of both on that front.
It's just unfortunate because there's a lot of talent out here, and granted, a lot of the talent that is available doesn't even make it to these award shows.
Right.
Like I can pull up people in my list right now that don't have record deals that I know their albums are better than any of the albums of the years, but they won't get it.
Nope, never will. They never will. So we're in the entertainment realm right now. Casey, do you get into Marvel at all? You wasn't on here the last time we had a conversation about Marvel on here. We geeked out a little bit on Marvel, and you know what I'm saying. And these boogers here, they hella critical, boy. Like Frank, he's the worst. He is angry. He is bothered. I'm angry too. A lot of people are angry. I don't know if Frank off screen. Can you hear Frank? We finna hit the Marvel topic. Well, we need to let what's the name step in for him. We need to let what's the name step in for him. Let George step in for him since Frank ain't gonna be on. But Marvel
playing with my hand.
But Marvel has come up under a little it's getting criticized. I'm gonna play the video. Frank, I know he's seen the video and he wants to talk about it. So hopefully by the time he get back and we say our piece, he can say his piece because I know he's getting ready for this one.
Very steeped in the comics.
I didn't read any comics or do any research.
I wasn't familiar with comics. I wasn't familiar with the movies.
We didn't lean into a whole lot of the history of the comic books.
Yeah, candidly, we were not enormous comic fans.
I wasn't super into superhero comics when I was a kid. I read a lot of like indie press stuff.
First thing I was told is don't read the comics.
Really?
As a creator, they put you in a bubble. They don't let you talk about any of the other projects, right?
You know, they're up for anything.
We ultimately decided to redefine it for the series and thought that it worked better for the story that we're trying to tell.
Did you ever read you never read the comic?
When the DVD comes out, I'm going to read a Thor comic book and just see where we went wrong.
Frank, you back just in time. Do I need to replay that for you to piss you off just a little bit more?
George says hi.
He don't take a sip.
Him a drink.
Did you slam that cup down? Did you slam that cup down?
I did, man.
Lead us off. Lead us off, man.
It's so insulting to me and offensive that George, what's happening, man? It's just I took such offense to it because they've taken these properties that has been around for generations, from my dad and before him to me. Like, it means something to real comic book fans to get the material right, because we've waited for so long to see what we've been seeing on the pages that we flip through, the stories that we read, to see it in real life, in action, to take what we visualize and to see it on screen. And for them to say so casually, I never read a comic book day in my life. We want to tell our own story. I don't care about your stories. I don't care about your perspective. I don't care about your interpretation. Read the script. You got endless of script. It's literally written down. It's drawn out. It's a storyboard. Follow that.
Get your blood pressure down, Frank.
That's all they gotta do. But no, these people, and I'm trying to get I'm getting pissed off, and I'm trying to I'm trying to keep my vocabulary in check, because we dedicated my life to the Lord. I'm trying to, but this here, man, it's somebody else go ahead, man. I'm gonna come back to it.
One little small thing to say.
Go ahead.
I feel like people who read the books and read the comics should not watch the movies ever, because I don't know very many who are ever satisfied with the movies. And I feel like you should leave it alone. Like, let what you
don't do it to yourself.
Be you know, because I don't know anybody who's ever satisfied, and I don't know how they can take a comic, you know, like the length of a book, and like make it a movie for real without it being like 9 hours long, or you know, like. So I just always feel like, from what I've seen, nobody's ever happy, and I feel like they should never watch the movies.
Some stories were told just fine. Like, if you look at Phase 4, when we had the end of the Avengers, all of the Infinity Wars, those stories, most of that was in the comics. They did take some liberties here and there, but they were reasonable liberties.
Right.
They made sense. Deadpool, Spider-Man, all of them, like Deadpool, they got right, spot on.
Yeah.
They picked the perfect person to play it, and he takes it. He embodies the character. X-Men, they've botched the hell out of X-Men.
Oh man, don't.
Yeah.
Oh,
don't get him started. Don't get him started. See, don't get him started. Y'all understand how many? Y'all understand how many phone calls I've had to sit on, and I had to deal with it, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I find the silver lining in a lot of them. I'm like, it was
some of them are okay.
Like it has to be real garbage for me to trash it. So I usually can be like, all right, I know what I read, I know what it was, and I know this ain't exactly that, but I'm okay. Him, man, and especially, but I think what Chef said, they took some liberties with certain movies and certain characters, which didn't totally ruin it. I think now what they're doing is a bastardization of the whole thing, because they're getting so socio-political with what they're doing, and that is not that's
like y'all
not
got
working.
Seth MacFarlane back there writing for y'all at this point. Like nobody trying to see all of this. Just make the doggone movie. We know X-Men is about the civil rights movement. We get it, but we don't want to have it bashed in our faces.
Right.
Like I'm just. What frustrates me most about where we are currently in Marvel is that I can't pull the story together to save my life. I can't.
Nah.
And I just sat here over the last week and rewatched every movie in Phase 4.
And you're going to have no issues.
And no issues, because the story flows.
Issues.
You can go from one movie to the next movie and see what's happening. But how in the world does Eternals fit with Echo? Fit with Werewolf and the whole moon thing.
Nothing.
I'm so confused. It's like they're just making movies, but there's no story.
See,
that's
it
what
would
made
be better.
Phase 4 so great.
But it would be better for them to say this is no phase. We're just making movies. See, if these were all one-off movies with an ending, cool. But they're supposed to be building on something, and nobody can track this shit. And the socio-political shit is just overwhelming.
Loki was so good.
They
but
did
where
good
do we
with that.
go from there?
You don't know.
Y'all set things up in the end of in the Quantumania, and then you have the Loki movie that even further capitalizes on Quantumania. What's next? Did y'all really fire Jonathan Majors because of the case, or y'all just don't know what to do with his character no more?
And I think that's hurt him. See, go ahead. Yeah, see, I'm confused. Like it's confusing. It's really confusing, and it's getting more and more.
Somebody talking about the writer's strike. Nah, it was messed up before the writer's strike, baby.
Yeah, and the writers came back. The writers wasn't gone long enough. They had this stuff written and produced before then. I mean, I don't know how much that might have affected on it, but it was written and produced well before that stuff came out, and they got these guys back in time. I really think that it's more so I think it's the socio-political.
It's killing me.
They're trying this heroin thing, and they're doing it. They're overdoing it. It's not that you can't have heroines, but you got to really tell their stories authentically and have them baked into it. It can't be just thrown at your face like, okay, here's a girl or here's a woman, and we know that was a man in the comic books, but here, take this. No, that's not the way that works.
The Marvels, that's what I'm thinking about. The Marvels had the ability to be so good, but they made it so socio-political girly that it's like, okay, baby, I don't want to watch this. Now, Miss Marvel, like the show? Oh, or was that a movie? I can't remember. Was it a movie or a show?
Yeah, Miss Marvel was a show.
Miss Marvel show.
Was a show. I enjoyed it. It was very enjoyable to like learn her culture and things like that. And I'm good with that. Shang-Chi, loved that. The cultural aspects of that was amazing. And so I'm expecting them to, lean in on the culture aspect, because that's what you're now bringing forward is the different cultures. You got Wakanda.
Right.
You got
you got Namor and them.
Namor and his people. Yeah. You got Miss Marvel and her and the Indians. Are they Indian? No, they're Muslim.
They're like Pakistani.
Yeah, Middle Eastern. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the Middle East. You're telling these cultural stories, which is great. I love that. But now you're wrapping way too much like race relations into it. Just tell the damn story. I don't need a politics lesson at the same time. And I've always hated how they do the girl power pieces in the movies. Like even in Infinity War, when they did that at the end, where you got all the girls.
Yeah, like it was so
This is cheesy.
Listen, I'm telling you what they did perfect. Scarlett Johansson's The Black Widow was perfect. She came in, she was not masculine, she was feminine, she was smarter than most of the characters. She came through busting their ass. Like she did everything right. Her standalone movie was better than all this new shit. You know what I'm saying? It was all good. But the way her character was introduced, it was slowly introduced through Iron Man. You didn't really know who she was. Then, like, it was slowly built, and then he's like, "Oh shit, that's Widow right there," and she busting everybody's ass in here. You know, and she was you can't have Infinity War without her because she had to be, she had to be sacrificed. So it's like all those little things. It's like, so how did y'all do that? And then y'all threw us Captain Marvel. Y'all just threw us that. It was like dog food. Y'all say, "Here, boy, get this." And then every time after
they did okay with Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think Brie Larson,
they could have did better.
They could have did better. I don't think Brie Larson was who they should have went with. I think she was chosen over body instead of actual acting ability.
And then when they and let me tell you, when you watch the Marvels and they got Brie Larson walking next to that sister,
so dry. Why is she so dry?
I'm just talking about the physical. Listen, they should never have them in the same scene walking next to each other.
Her and Monica Rambeau.
Come on, man. Why you do her like that? Don't ever listen, dude. Go from here up when you have, because the moment you had them both walking, it's like, come on,
it was
man.
Just
don't
like,
do her
why
like
y'all
that.
do her like that?
Somebody need puberty, boy. She ain't hit puberty in there. Goddamn, that grown woman there, boy. Why you do that woman like that, man? Come on, man.
And they've done some really good women stuff. Like WandaVision was really good.
That
but
worked.
Again, this stuff was thought out of. This is part of this piece of the story that we're telling. But now y'all just putting out projects. Y'all not telling the story anymore.
So it sounds like the inconsistency, y'all over that shit by now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It sound like y'all fed up. It sound like y'all fed up.
The problem. That was the strongest contrast between the MCU
and DC. Yeah.
DC was known for being disjointed, inconsistent, and they were just making movies after movies, and it never made sense. And Marvel was like, I can follow this.
Yeah.
And I am following this.
Right.
Which makes for good storytelling. But then, for some reason, they just said, well, we just gonna make movies. And I think the executives have gotten so big-headed. They feel like they have a hold on the audience to where
I'll go watch Black Adam 12 times. Shazam, all of it.
I think you're right. Yep, I think you're right about that.
And that's the thing that I hate too, is that the Hollywood executives have always been egotistical and cocky to where they think they know how to make movies. But when you're making, and that's fine when you're just making a movie, but if you're making a comic book movie, you need somebody to spearhead it that actually enjoys comic books.
Yeah.
You can't say, well, we ain't using that. That's for the comic books. I know movies, so this is gonna work. No, it's not gonna. It may look better cinematically, but it doesn't resemble the layout of the comic book that we're familiar with, and that's what comic book fans want to see.
But you gotta factor in that these movies aren't made for comic book fans.
That's There you go. I think that's what it is. They're not. They're
the core audience.
No, they don't care about y'all.
No,
they don't care about y'all.
It ain't enough of y'all.
About you. They don't care about y'all. Yeah. Y'all in Comic-Con, goddamn nerds, goddamn nerds, and your little swords, and your little swords, and your little Comic-Con conventions, and all that shit. They don't care about y'all. Don't care about y'all.
Black Panther. The people that came to see Black Panther, most of them people have never watched that movie ever again.
Nope.
I've watched. I mean, I just watched it 3 times last week. But most people have never watched that movie ever again because those movies were not created for the comic book fans. Now, I'm fine with it deviating from the comic book. I'm okay with that. But what I'm not fine with is a cohesive story. Yeah. So even if they have somebody who's not necessarily familiar with the comics, you have to tell a cohesive story. And why wouldn't you look at the source material to do that? Even if you're not a comic book fan, why wouldn't you look at the source material?
You know what it would be like, and I'm gonna jump off to our next topic. But you know what it would be like. You can't make a sports movie without having somebody on that staff that's played those sports. Boxing movies, even boxing movies, if you notice, even Michael B. Jordan, they train like boxers. They get real boxing people to come in and say, okay, this is how you move. This is what you do. This is how we make this look real. If you just take a movie maker and say, make a movie about basketball, football, boxing, and they've never did anything in this sport, it's going to look like some bullshit to those that actually watch sports. And they're going to be like, yeah, that's not real. You would never see this on the football field. You would never see this on a basketball court. You would never see that in a boxing match. You know what I'm saying? So I can see with who?
Cop shows.
With cops, with military, like military, like, well, that would never happen that way. This is how you walk into a room. This is how you say. So y'all, but don't get Frank started ever again, boy. Listen,
we gonna make a script, Frank. We gonna have our own.
He hut. Go ahead, Frank. Get the last word. Get the last word on it, boy. You hutting.
That's the last thing I'm leaving alone. So, them not making the movies for comic book fans is a mistake. And the reason why I say that is because the comic book, you have to have your base to build on. The comic book fans, because we've been fans of the comic books for so long, once you make something, we're going to support it. We're going to be the first ones in the seats. We're going to be the first ones to buy tickets when they're on pre-sale. The people who just like action movies or fantasy movies, they're going to come in, they're going to trickle in based on what it looked like. Mm-hmm. But the comic book fans are going to buy the tickets just because. Everybody else that they're trying to latch on to, that they're catering to now, and what I mean by everybody else is the group of women that usually wouldn't go and watch comic book movie, because it's not. There are some women who like comic books, but the overall audience that buy comic books are male. So with them going so hard in trying to lure in the women audience, they're alienating their who's always been the target audience.
Right.
So once the base start to disperse, everything else built on top of it is gonna come behind it.
All right, then. Well, I mean, listen. We need to give you a grant. We need to get you a grant. We need to do an OnlyFans, not an OnlyFans. What they call that thing?
Patreon.
GoFundMe. So you can make a movie. GoFundMe, so he can make a movie, and then that way we're gonna see it done right. We're gonna get on GoFundMe. You gonna make the movie? Yeah.
I'll write it in on the storyboard.
We're gonna do it. All right, so my next one, I'm gonna get a little political here, just a little political. should social media be responsible for predators having access to children? I don't know if y'all saw Mark Zuckerberg's getting questioned. He been brought under fire, and he's had to. He apologized to the public. He apologized to the public. So I'm gonna play a little bit of that. Y'all can let me know when to stop. But my question is: should social media be held responsible for predators having access to children?
You and the companies before us, I know you don't mean it to be so, but you have blood on your hands. You have a product.
Who did you fire?
I said you mischaracterized.
37% of teenage girls between 13 and 15 were exposed to unwanted nudity in a week on Instagram. You knew about it. Who did you fire?
Senator, this is why we're building all.
Who did you fire?
Tools. Senator, I don't think that's.
Who did you fire?
I'm not going to answer that.
Because you didn't fire anybody, right? You didn't take any significant action.
It's appropriate to talk about.
It's not appropriate.
HR decisions.
Do you know who's sitting behind you? You've got families from across the nation whose children are either severely harmed or gone, and you don't think it's appropriate to talk about steps that you took? The fact that you didn't fire a single person? Let me ask you this. Have you compensated any of the victims?
Sorry?
Have you compensated any of the victims? These girls, have you compensated them?
I don't believe so.
Why not? Don't you think they deserve some compensation for what your platform has done? Help Senator, with counseling services, help with dealing with the issues that your service has caused?
Our job is to make sure that we build tools to keep people safe.
Are you going to compensate them?
Senator, our job and what we take seriously is making sure that we build industry-leading tools, find harmful
to
content,
make money,
take it off the services,
to make money,
and to build tools that empower parents.
So you didn't take any action. You didn't take any action. Senator. You didn't fire anybody. You haven't compensated a single victim. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. There's families of victims here today. Have you apologized to the victims? Would you like to do so now?
Well,
they're here. You're on national television. Would you like now to apologize to the victims who have been harmed by your product? Show them the pictures. Would you like to apologize for what you've done to these good people?
I'm sorry for everything that you've done. No one should have to go through the things that your families have suffered. And this is why we invested so much and are going to continue doing industry-leading efforts to make sure that no one has to go through the types of things that your families have had to suffer.
You know, why, Mr. Zuckerberg, why should your company not be sued for this? Why is it that you can claim, you hide behind a liability shield, you can't be held accountable? Shouldn't you be held accountable personally? Will you take personal responsibility?
Senator, I think I've already answered this. I mean, these. Well,
try this again. Will you take personal responsibility?
Senator, I view my job and the job of our company as building the best tools that we can to keep our community safe.
Well, you're failing at that.
Well, Senator, we're doing an industry-leading effort. We build AI tools
nonsense. Your product is killing people. Will you personally commit to compensating the victims? You're a billionaire. Will you commit to compensating the victims? Will you set up a compensation fund
Senator,
with your money?
I think these are
with your money.
Senator, these are complicated issues.
No, that's not a complicated question, though. That's Senator, a yes or no. Will you set up a victims' compensation fund with your money, the money you made on these families sitting behind you? Yes or no?
Senator, I don't think that's my job is to make sure that we build good tools. My job is to make sure that
your job is to be responsible for what your company has done. You've made billions of dollars on the people sitting behind them. Are you here? You've done nothing to help them. You've done nothing to compensate them. You've done nothing to put it right. You could do so here today, and you should.
I know that nigga seat wet.
Love to see it.
That nigga booty sweating.
So who's gonna hold the goddamn parents responsible?
Nah.
Oh shit. Man, y'all better get that goddamn Bark app and tell y'all kids they can't have social media on all their little platforms, and they do, take them from them and give them a goddamn jitterbug. I'll be damned.
Well, your mama told you shouldn't have no babies, and you had one, didn't you?
And my mama didn't get compensated, and then nobody come along and kiss my ass, and then nobody come along charging nobody. If I was Mark Zuckerberg, I told y'all, fuck you, get your kids a jitterbug, and go get them the goddamn VCR, and you monitor what the fuck they doing. I would have had my nuts hanging. Mark Zuckerberg need me on his PA team. I'm telling you, I would have checked that shit. You got me fucked up.
You can't have
get him a jitterbug.
You don't have adults playing on children's playground. You don't have adults going to children's schools. You don't have adults playing children's sports. Why are children on these platforms mixing and mingling with adults and then trying to blame the dude? Like, no. And didn't he have it to where you couldn't be 14? 14 is still too young because their minds, like 20 something, is like they messed up.
Damn,
like,
they're too young. They struggling.
The platform's minimum age is 13.
Right. So, but it's up to the parents' discretion. But my thing is like, no, it's not for them to be mixing and mingling with adults. Like they're not mixing in any other part of their lives. Why are they doing it? This is the worst case in like where nobody's like breathing down your neck. Nobody can see what you're doing all day.
I don't think that's it. It's that they're the tools that he's talking about. They didn't come into play until recently.
What is he talking about?
Facebook was an open, just wide land where you couldn't, as a parent, you couldn't see what your kid was doing.
No, the kid shouldn't have it.
For college students at the time,
right? Well, no. But see, that's the other thing. Just because your kid shouldn't have it doesn't mean they don't.
Oh, you got me fucked up. I'm gonna rip your parents apart. I'm gonna rip parents apart. You're not gonna tell me. I would chew. Hell no. I wish somebody would come to me. My daughter meets somebody on social media that they shouldn't meet, and I'm gonna go to Mark Zuckerberg. I'm gonna go to my daughter. I'm gonna say, I told you.
You do, but at the same time, now this goes even deeper than just this piece of it. You have to look at, and I talk about this in my entrepreneurship class all the time because we talk about social impact, the social impact of your business. As an entrepreneur, especially in tech, we go into it with the mindset of, I want to change the world. Mark Zuckerberg went into it with the mindset of, I want to connect the world, but he didn't factor in the social impact of connecting the world. So even before we get to the kids, look at what social media has done to the parents.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Families. Look at the body shaming that has caused people to go out and do harmful surgeries to their bodies just to get a certain look. Social media in general has transformed the world to be much more depressive, much more mentally unhinged, much more lacking of just substance, because we're basing everything based on these likes that we get. We are so inundated with attention that the attention is what is being craved by society. So if this is happening at the parental level, why wouldn't you think it would happen with the kids? So even if a parent has done all the checks and balances to make sure their kids don't have it, don't mean their kids don't have it. Because I'm that parent. We didn't allow our kids on social media till 15. And then we ended up finding where they had been on it a little bit earlier because we would search their phones. I mean, I paid a bill, I'm going to search your phone. Until you're 18, then, I give you a little freedom. So it doesn't mean the parents are necessarily failing. It means there are not enough tools in place for parents to be able to safeguard these things. Like there could be something as simple as an IP address or an IMEI lock, where if a parent finds out their kid has an account, they should be able to lock that kid out of creating an account. Things like that can exist to keep kids off of platforms. I mean, even I run a platform right now, the youngest age, I mean, we have kids as young as 10 on our platform. We require parental parents to give permission, number one, if they're under 13. We have a child privacy policy in place. And we also do not allow any communication between accounts that we know are adults and accounts that we know are kids. Facebook don't have that. As large as Facebook is, it does not have the capability where you can block adults from talking to kids. because they're like, oh no, well that's their family. They should be able to connect. But should they though? But should they? Because your family is just as bad sometimes, so you never know. So what's being argued here is not that the parents aren't doing their jobs, it's that the platform leaves it too open for its children to be victimized.
I know they're not arguing that. What I'm saying, if I was Mark Zuckerberg, I would have turned down all them challenges. I apologize that, I mean, my platform isn't perfect, as nothing is. Now, what your kid got? iPhone. I'm like, what phone did your kid got? iPhone 10. Oh, what did your kid got? Samsung this. What does your kid got? These smartphones? Well, how about you shove them up your ass and get them I would have chewed, get them a jitterbug. Get jitterbug like a motherfucker. You take that big ass phone because, well, my kids need a phone. They need the technology. No, the hell they don't. They need to call you. They need to call you in case of an emergency. Got it. And if they in school, I know schools now have iPads and all these different things to where you can come in and you log on and you can't crack them school devices to get on none of these platforms. You can't do that. I've tried it. I've grabbed my kid's school device and tried to go on. The device itself has so much baked in that the kid can't get on it. Again, if the school can do that to a device, you goddamn parents can do it to a device to where your kids can't even get on it. I'm putting it on the parents. Sheffy the techie is gonna put it on the tech people, and I'm cool with that. But you goddamn parents.
Everybody has some blood on their hands, but the platforms themselves do allow kids to have access to way too much. Like YouTube Kids is so locked down that you can barely search for different things. I hate it.
That shit boring.
It is, because you got 10 good channels that you go ahead and sure watch it, and that's it.
If them kids on YouTube Kids, they bored. God damn it, ain't nothing.
You got Gracie's Corner and Miss Rachel, and
boy,
that's it.
Yeah, boy, ain't nothing on there for you, boy. It boring as hell. They can't get none of the viral videos.
Bad.
Go ahead, Frank.
Man, the nigga know what he doing, man. Because the thing is, it's like lacing some cocaine or some PCP in some weed that you go give to your little homie. That's how DMX got hooked on drugs, on hard drugs. So this nigga Mark ain't gonna put no safeguards on there, because I know for a fact, well, I ain't gonna say I know for a fact, but I believe for a fact that this nigga is counting on kids getting online and sneaking and creating accounts and all this stuff, because it's gonna socially condition them to want to continue using it. So now he got a lifelong subscriber that's gonna be using this app. But I do ultimately put the blame on the parents, because part of parenting is safeguarding. You got to do the work to set boundaries to keep your children safe. So first and foremost, it is on the parents. It's not up to Zuckerberg to
really.
Yeah, that's what I call it. Nigga.
Right while we live streaming on your platform, we said that Zuckerberg. I got your back, Zuck. I got your back, Zuck. Zuck, I'm telling you what you should have told them folks. Y'all need to call me, man. Put me in y'all PR department. I'm gonna get you straight.
That nigga done put me in third day prison too many times, man.
You ain't been. When the last time you've been to Facebook jail? When the last time you've been to Facebook jail? It's been over a year. We've been doing
a whole
good.
damn account for it.
You know what I'm saying? Not wood, but not wood. I've been out the bang for a minute, man. I've been out for a minute.
Cause I've been learning.
You get the warning. No, you get the warnings now. When you type something, when it says, "Do you still want to post this?" It always warns you. So then I sit there and take a moment. Should I call this dude a bitch ass nigga? Nah, I gotta call him something else. You know what I'm saying? I gotta call. I can't call him a bitch. You ain't call him something else. Okay, cool. Y'all got me. You know what I'm saying? Just call him a woman. And does that work? Nah, that's kind of insulting. You can't say nothing. You can't, you
It's
can't
nothing,
put the
man.
word, you can't put crazy in front of woman. And on that algorithm, you put crazy in front of the word woman in any context, is gonna flag you.
Yeah,
it's all kinds of stuff. If you put dangerous in front of man, it's different things. I've tried. I'm like, golly, don't nothing work. So y'all gonna hold fast. We gonna listen. I need this money, Mark Zuckerberg. So I ain't gonna say nothing bad. So once you give me the bag and I get enough security, and I'll turn on you. I turn on you just like everybody else turn on everybody that got some money.
Shoot. But I mean, you have to think. You have to factor in like.
Nigga name sound like a sneeze.
Look at Suchu. Suchu in China, Chinese TikTok doesn't even allow.
It shuts. Yeah.
Are allowed on American
in America.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, social media does transform mindset. It does.
You know, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. It absolutely does. I mean, look. We got a whole. I'm sitting there arguing with dudes today that ain't never been outside. I said, I tell dude, y'all dudes for 40 years you lived in the same 40 square miles, and you gonna tell me what's going on all over America? I'm not listening to you. I'm not, and the only reason they believe they know is because somebody else somewhere else in another city or another state say, yeah, it's like that over here too. Y'all both just suck. That's what it is. Y'all don't want to hear that, but y'all both suck. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, social media has definitely had a very but think of the positives though. Think of the positives. Casey wouldn't you and Casey and me, we wouldn't all be on this thing right now without social media. You know what I'm saying? Well, I wouldn't listen. Hey, man.
You have to have the right foundation mindset. You can't, it ain't for no punks. Like, it's not. Because you're gonna find yourself watching other people live their life and be like, why my life ain't like that? And then they over there, when they turn the cameras off, they miserable and cheating on each other.
Oh my God, they're miserable and broke.
Yeah.
And mad.
No, like I literally on Facebook, my Facebook has always been private. That's the only place I post my kids. And I don't accept Facebook requests from people I've never met in person. Like, so I either have to go to school with you, you're a family member, or I've worked with you, or I met you through somebody. But on Instagram, my Instagram and all the other stuff has always been public, but I don't post my kids on there. Now that they're older, they're in their 20s, I'll post pictures and videos of them. But like when they were kids, I did not post them. But I don't follow celebrities. I only follow like my favorite music, like Usher.
You don't follow Beyonce?
I follow Beyonce. But
girl, I was finna get your ass if you didn't follow Beyonce.
Yeah,
Boy,
but then everything else is just like for information and laughs. Like I follow the funny pages, and then I follow like the African pro-black page. You know, like I'm on there for like news, like read a newspaper every morning. But I'm not follow, like even my own friends. I don't like if I'm friends with you on Facebook. I don't really follow you on Instagram because I can go see what you're doing on Facebook. If I care to see what you're doing, but I don't care to watch people's lives, and so. If I'm cool with you, I'm going to be on the phone with you, or I'm going to meet up and how are your kids? You got married? Oh, you got a new job? I don't need to see that on social media, you know? So
I think you so having that foundation. So that's where we're going to get a mixed bag of adults, children, teenagers, everything else. Because having that foundation, man, that makes a difference right there. It's almost like when you think about hip hop and its influence. We all listen to hip hop and have heard some of all the same artists, but I mean, I used to trap and I done been out there and done all the street shit. The rest of y'all, I don't know, y'all not really about that life, but you know what I'm saying? But for me, I'm about that life, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm the dude that the rappers rapping about. The rest of
but you know what it reminds me of? Okay, so you know I own a childcare business, so I know some of the kids' movies. So there's Wreck-It Ralph, and then there's Ralph Breaks the Internet. At the end of the movie, Ralph's insecurities like almost ends everything. That's what social media does. If you have insecurities, social media is not for you because it would feed your insecurities. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. You have to have like mentally, emotionally, you got to be sound, you know, because it will feed. Like if you have a relationship, you've been cheated on. If you ain't got no money, you see these people.
Oh man,
if you ain't got no taste, and these people can dress like whatever's going. If these people are constantly posting their parents. Oh, my parents aren't together, or I don't got no. My siblings ain't close. People see that stuff. It feeds all these insecurities.
You're right.
I ain't gonna lie about that one because I be seeing everybody with their daddies, and here I am, 42 years old, and I'm just like, I'm gonna find me an old dude to be my daddy. Like for real, I'm gonna find me like a 65-year-old man who, maybe he wanted a daughter, never had one, or maybe she's passed, or he ain't close to her. You can be my daddy.
Let me send you my daddy number, boy. He'll adopt the shit out of you quick.
Let's do it.
Quick. You think I'm playing? You'll be getting. Listen,
no, you think I'm playing?
I need a daddy. I ain't been in church in well over a decade, and I'm getting scriptures every damn morning. And my dad don't. Sam know I'm talking about. Every morning, my dad's sending the scriptures. Like he's sending the daily devotional like clockwork. I get up.
I'm with
listen, he think he done
Even though I'm
adopted
a
the world.
heathen, I'm with it.
Yeah, man. He gonna say that's all right, baby.
But
that's okay, baby.
Some people are posting innocently, and they wouldn't think that. Like, oh, I'm just posting my parents, and it's making this other person sad because they lost their mom 10 years. You know what I mean? You don't know that.
Right.
So insecure, and then it kind of starts to feed hate. People start hating on you because you got what they want.
Right.
And so it's not for kids. It's not.
I agree. I definitely agree. So we got one more subject. We don't have to get through all of it. We got an hour and 49 minutes in. So I'm pretty sure y'all have all heard these comparisons. The United States oftentimes gets compared to all these other countries. And I've heard the comparison to Iceland, Greenland, Sweden, you know what I'm saying? All these places that don't have the population of LA County or even Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. But they got some different things going on socially, some different things going on politically. Like they really have a difference going on. And so I'm watching this thing on, I think this one was on Iceland or whichever one of them cold ass places it is. And at first, I just saw these dudes running around with women. They were just carrying women on their back and they was racing. And I'm like, what the hell are these dudes doing racing with women on their back? So it's a race called the wife carry. So I'm like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, man, I need to go carry my wife. I need to go run this damn race. And then that leads you into the whole subject matter that they go into. So they have an egalitarian society. Equality is everything up there, right? But if you watch this video and watch some of these videos, you can see like, I would like to know if we could deal with some of the things that they deal with because they're going for equality. But when you look at how they operate in a social setting, it's like, yeah, ain't no way. Like the women walking up to the men and the men just sitting there like the women. Real talk. Like that's kind of so if we get to that part of the video, but I'm gonna start off with some of it. If y'all need me to pause it, y'all need me to speed through it, y'all let me know.
Finland at the beginning of the summer, 400 kilometers from the capital Helsinki, in the heart of the Siberian pine forests, an unusual sporting event is underway. 60 couples are warming up for a race that to some might seem slightly outdated. Yukon Kanto, in other words, wife carrying. Taisto holds the most medals among Finns, a 6-time world champion. This business lawyer even met his girlfriend Katja while looking for a partner for the race.
This is a very good competition for couples because man can decide which direction and how fast he's running, but woman is in your shoulders and say the last word in there, like in the real life. So woman decided all things.
For Taisto, the race is a serious sport. So to increase his chances of winning, he will compete with another woman, Virpi, who is lighter than Katja. Taisto tests the 3 methods of carrying with her.
Woman is putting across the foot and keep her hands here, not here. So I can breathe, but I don't like that. Fireman's. Fireman's, yeah.
But this is the one he likes the best.
Turn her around.
So it's easiest to run, so I can move my hands. So and a woman is keeping herself in here, so I don't keep.
10 countries participate in the competition.
I just realized you said turn her around.
Martin came from France with Sari, his Finnish wife. It is their first competition.
C'est vrai qu'on n'a pas trop d'occasion de se porter en France, donc on s'est dit pourquoi pas venir défier les Nordiques sur leur terre. Voilà, peut-être faire quelque chose ou peut-être se prendre une grosse raclée, à voir.
Juste, et après c'est juste pour déconner. Allez, on va se baisser.
Women must have a minimum weight of 49 kilograms to participate.
Oh wow.
Ça fait un petit peu marcher aux bestiaux quand même.
The competition is actually inspired by an old Finnish story. In the 19th century, bandits used to raid villages and steal the women by carrying them off. Today, Nordic countries are the most progressive in the world when it comes to gender equality. From Finland to Sweden to Iceland, women are considered equal to men. This is something taught from as early as kindergarten.
We need, girls to be strong and confident.
Empowered, the women of Scandinavia are not afraid to express their desires.
To be honest, I find like a very reliable buddy.
And in dating, they often make the are the most progressive in the world. So much so that today, some men don't even dare to make a move.
I have to admit, I probably shy out many times. And then most of the time, probably nothing happens.
I want to shake them. Shake them, yes.
And paradoxically, despite being progressive, Nordic countries face high rates of sexual violence, as throughout Europe.
That's very sad that we have not been able to tackle the roots of the problem.
So, is gender equality enough to ensure harmony between men and women? An immersion into the secrets of Nordic love.
So one thing I noticed, do y'all think we could get to a place where it's so equal to where women really approach? Like I can't get past that part where women are approaching men the same way men approach women like now. Like, we go to a club, we go to a bar, we go to a spot, and the women are sitting, they drinking their drinks, they over there sipping their little, and the woman walks up, like the women are regularly walking up to the dudes. What would it take for us to ever get to that point? And could y'all do it? Or y'all too past that point in life to where y'all can do that? Y'all ain't about that life.
I've been there, done that. You send a man you send a man a plate of wings and some yak, he yours for the week. It ain't hard.
But you mean like widespread? No, I don't know what would make women do that. I am not interested, but
it would take a whole cultural shift. I think it would really take, like they said, they start these kids from very young ages on equality. It would take a whole re-engineering of what we seem to find to be like normal as far as men and women and how they interact. So,
I'm cool with that. Like they were saying, teach girls that they're strong and be confident. What does that have to do with men? Like, what does that have to do with equality? Like, you're weak if it's like you can teach a girl that they're strong and confident without comparing them to men. Like, I don't want to be like a man. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm not interested.
Over there, it's kind of necessary that they're similar because you got to think they're dealing with, that's mostly agricultural areas. So the men and women have to work together. And then it's cold over there. Everybody look like dudes anyway with them jackets on.
And one of the things to consider, and I think they talk about it in one of the videos. I'm gonna play another one of the videos in a minute. But I think they talk about it is, they come from Viking society. In Viking society, those dudes used to leave and the women had to run everything and keep everything going while they was gone. And then when they came back, it was like, all right, you back, you know what I'm saying? But you've been gone for so long, we equals now. Like, we do the same thing you do. We fish, we cook, we hunt, we protect what we got to protect. Y'all come back, y'all see us still running. Ain't nobody came in and took us. So obviously we can hold it down. So matter of fact, half of y'all stay next time and the other half of us gonna raid with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I think they have such a culture of that from way, way back to where they can say, you know what, maybe it's a good idea that we try to thrive like that. But with the social divide that we have right now with men and women in the United States, maybe we need to just be like, hey man, everybody just do the same thing all the time, no matter what, and just hey.
It ain't gonna happen.
Why not?
Because it's too many conveniences for women to be women as opposed to being men. Men in large do the brunt of the heavy lifting.
Oh, you talking about as far as work? You talking about physical? You talking about the physical heavy lifting?
That and also with the culture of being looked upon as leaders simply because we are men, to where we have to be front line. And I know, and when we're talking about social, I'm not talking about just social justice, because I know a lot of women like to say, well, we always show up for men when we marching and protesting. I ain't talking about just that. Yeah, y'all do. Women do protest and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is, when ish hit the fan, it is expected for men to throw their bodies on the grenade. And I mean that literally and metaphorically.
True. I agree. Now, if y'all call the cops because some man they're going crazy and a woman show up, y'all gonna be like, what is damn big ass? I know there's a big ass man cop that could have showed up. If a building on fire and a bunch of women show up, hopping out that fire truck, and they gotta come, y'all gonna be like, okay, hold on now. Who filming a reality TV show? Because I know y'all could have sent some men over here to put this fire out. Am I right or am I wrong? Or y'all don't care who show up as long as they get the job done?
That's me. I don't care who shows up. Long as the work getting done.
What?
I'm just saying, real talk. Like, who do y'all want to show up? If you call, then look, if somebody coming through that front door right now, and you call 911, and somebody need to pull up, do you need a 200-pound woman, the average man, or would you rather the average woman show up through the door?
Who can do the job? If you do
okay,
the job.
Okay. Who will get the job? But so you,
I mean,
so
at the end of the day, a bullet don't care nothing about your size, baby.
Yeah, we talking about
blick gonna blick.
Relationships. I ain't talking about these work.
So if John Coffey show up to the door, who y'all want to pull up to stop John Coffey? Y'all want another John Coffey, or y'all want the best version, the best woman version of that possible?
Who can shoot the best?
Ain't no bullet gonna take that.
Eyesight.
Man, listen. They gonna have to do more than just shoot John Coffey. You remember how big that nigga was, man?
Hey, the average man ain't taking him down. The average man ain't doing that. So
right.
So you at least need another. You at least need another dude. You know what I'm saying? Another big dude.
No, you need an AR-15 is what you need. I mean,
most of y'all too like to hold that. The kickback on the AR. Y'all. I said most, not you.
They're trained professionals.
I don't want to shoot.
Right,
But
professionals.
But most women don't even want those jobs. So by default, it's gonna be a man showing up.
And that's
fine. That's not true. It's not that most women don't want those jobs. It's that most men gatekeep those jobs.
I see. I don't know. We don't know for a fact because I would have to see. I don't think more women want to be cops than men. I don't think so.
It's not a more want to be cops than men. It's more women want to be cops. But they
I know a lot want to be. I'm just saying that For what, one woman for 5 men, something like that, if that, whatever the numbers might be.
You got to look at the military. The reason you don't have more women in the military is because of the sexual assault that's rampant in that mug. Let's be real.
I don't think y'all want to. I don't think women want to be in the military like that anyway. Like even if it was even if it was just as free and nothing was going down, I don't think y'all want that. Y'all don't want that.
If I can blow my knee out, I would be an E7.
Yeah, they love to show up talking. Ooh, can we do push-ups different? No, goddamn it, you showed up to do what I do. Well, can we lighten up the rucksack? No, goddamn it, yes, you showed up to do what I do. Well, can I wrestle with a girl?
Well,
no, goddamn it, you showed up to do what I do.
That's not indicative of women that wanting to be, because you gotta think about recruiting tactics. Recruiting tactics don't necessarily recruit people who want to go. They recruit people who ain't got no other choice.
No.
You're
talking to a recruiter. You're talking to a former recruiter who's done it in the last 20 years. You do not. This is no. I don't care. No branch of service. Listen, this ain't the 70s where you looking at you going to court, finding the kid that's about to go down for a felony, telling them that judge, please send them to basic training. That was 30 years ago. That was my daddy's generation.
I'm talking about 30 years ago, because I did a whole
20 years. It ain't even been 20 years. Go fight. This is no. There's no whole tour. We talking about me. Worked at MEPCOM. Ain't been no people.
But you're in the Coast Guard.
No. I worked at MEPCOM for all branches of service. I can go pull the medal now. Joint Service Commendation. I know this frontwards and backwards. Let me tell you the way it works. There's no branch of service getting the bottom of the barrel. Felony people that they used to back in the 60s, 70s, and maybe in the 80s.
I didn't say felony people.
There's nobody there. So who are they recruiting people that don't want to go? No, you don't recruit people that don't want to go. That's their last ditch effort.
So considering my ex-husband was a recruiter during wartime, that's exactly what they were doing.
That's a misnomer. That is so far.
I watch these people.
You do not go and recruit
these people.
You do not go and recruit people that don't want to join. That's not what you do.
During wartime.
During wartime, truthfully, why don't y'all have to sign up for selective service since y'all so equal? Let's start there. Y'all don't even have to register for selective service. If there was a draft tomorrow, none of y'all getting drafted. Because y'all not equal. None of y'all getting drafted. Not a single one. We will get drafted. So selective service already takes precedence. So during wartime, technically, if it really came down to it, if they needed to, they could just draft. They are not picking up people who don't want to get in the military. Now, sometimes they lower the standards when they need bodies, and they can get somebody who's dumb as a rock. But that person that's dumb as a rock, he still wants to join.
There were people who didn't even have high school diplomas, that they were making them have high school diplomas, if you catch my drift, to get them in. I'm telling you, I ain't telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know, because I was there.
You was there as a bystander. I am a worker in this. I'm telling you. I
may have been a bystander, but I did some of the work that was necessary to do these things.
Let me tell you.
It ain't what I heard. It's what I know.
If that is a fraudulent enlistment, and it is illegal.
They made nobody go. They got them from the jailhouse and put them in, kind of thing.
Man,
I'm saying. It took some convincing, but it was a lot of people that it was like, this was your only choice. When them people was recruiting down there where we were, they literally would go to them kids and be like, you ain't got no other choices. You need to just go on to the army.
Okay. I'm pretty sure there are some bums that they go and say, look, you ain't got nothing going on in your life, and you need to consider this service.
That was the bulk of what they were putting in.
Okay, no, that's not the bulk of anybody. That
was the bulk of what they were putting in.
Maybe in that square mileage or wherever that y'all is, maybe wherever that is, that's what they're doing. But it is too many people across and they're throwing too much money, and the requisites shift too much for that to be a blanket statement. You can have 1 year where the minimum AVAB score is something like a damn 12, and that's embarrassing to say, but you can have that, right? Then you have another year where the minimum for a particular branch might be a 40. Then you have another year where the minimum is a 70. I've worked in and actually seen that. But what it comes down to is the women, by and large, let's take it back to women, by and large, when you go recruit, most of them are not as interested as most males. They're just not the most of them. You get a few that are, and I will say the military has come a lot farther than what it used to be because they're no longer trying to conform girls into masculine vessels. There used to be a time where they kind of made it seem like, all right, you come in and we expect you to take your earrings out, never get your nails done. Like it catered to this hardening of a woman. That's changed a lot. And we've seen some recruiting numbers go up because of that. But still at the end of the day, even every branch, when you go to these graduations, when you go to the barracks, there's just more men that are default interested in that world and that lifestyle than women. They're just interested in it off the rip.
Oh, and that's fine. I wasn't arguing that women wanted it more than men. That's not what I was arguing. I was arguing that more women would do it if these things didn't exist.
Yeah. I mean, no.
I'm not saying more women want to do it than men.
But we gotta be very careful of the concessions we make. The physical standards have to remain the same for whoever the human is that's involved. It don't matter what you are. You got to do the same. I mean, it's kind of hard to say that too because women don't naturally have the same upper body strength. Oh, okay. So I can understand certain concessions, but it gets dangerous when some want more concessions and it starts to affect the overall body. Now, as it stands today, ain't too many concessions being made. Is that going to change? I don't know. I hope not.
Y'all had all them fat bodies failing the PT test when that changed a couple years ago.
Trade
off catching hell.
Who? Hey. You know what?
That PT test is ridiculous.
No, you know what it is? I'm finna do what I did to Mark Zuckerberg. I'm blaming y'all goddamn parents. These goddamn kids got goddamn tablets. They got iPhones. They sit in the house all the time. They don't want to play. They don't want to go outside. Them kids ain't never. I have actually come in contact with people who've never ridden a bike. They ain't never played freeze tag. They can't run around a building and hide from nobody. They ain't played red light, green light, stop. They don't know none of that. So these kids
they play PUBG.
Yeah. Goddamn kids, all they doing is playing what's the damn Fortnite and all the other stuff. They don't want to do that. Man, they ain't physically built for
it. But they was putting everybody in remediation for that shit. Even folks have been in the army 20 years because they couldn't pass that PT test.
That's horrible. I want egalitarianism. I want everything equal right now. Tomorrow, I want y'all to get paid the same and have to weigh the same and have to do everything the same. That's what I want. Frank, that's what you want too.
You want to get proposed to too?
No. I'm already.
He gonna cry.
I'm gonna do the non-makeup running fair. You gotta do that shit. You gotta do it for dramatic effect. Lord. Hell yeah, man. You gotta cover your face when she get on one knee. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I want all that shit.
Cover your face when she pull your panties down.
No. She just first of all, I don't wear panties. I usually don't wear no drawers at all. I've been commando for like the last 13 years. So it just everything just musty and
that's crazy.
Just musty and dangle. Just musty and dangle, boy. If I
know you check.
I'm lying like a motherfucker. Get out of here. I'm gonna play. That would be if they ever found out that people in these uniforms, do you know what them pants is feeling like? You'd have a big rash. You would always have, your shit would be so dried up and chopped up and red.
You have a scale right on the tip.
Ooh, all I wanted to do for y'all now is to let men have beards. If they can let men have beards in the military, man,
that's almost a thing. I'd say in the next 5 years that won't even be a thing.
Chef, you hear me? They be looking like Drake thing at the when they done. Lifeless.
Just medium.
Why Drake did? Man, why
Regular, degular.
Why
Drizzy? Out. Drake is the judge of everyone I see going forward.
Sam, you Frank, you are the light-skinned delegation for males on this here pod. So you gotta explain Drake, bro. That's on you.
Ain't even
take
light
that.
skin.
Take that L. He is light skinned, and you is too.
No, he's actually not considered light skinned. He's biracial.
Oh, Drake, yeah.
I'm caramel.
Oh, wow, that's so gay. That's so gay. So gay.
Oh God, Lord.
All right, I'm gonna play this next little bit. Oh, hold on, me.
Very young age. A Monday morning in Reykjavik.
Okay.
Elder, 4 years old, gets ready for school with help from his mother, Catherine.
Ok, og hvað þess að vera?
Þessi á að vera hér.
Ok, hérna. Boing! Þú varst þryggjara. Já. It just looks good, it looks cool. It's flashy, shiny thing, and what kid doesn't like flashy, shiny thing? Is that my...
Catherine supports her son wearing hair clips and nail polish.
Okay, svo hún er með silfur og grænan og þennan. Ok, og það vera alveg eins hinum minn?
Já.
Og silfur þá hérna? Nei.
Nei, sjáðu, þá er það ekki eftir röð.
Why should we deny one gender to be able to enjoy that just because he's a boy? I mean, it's just like the same. We should deny the girls to play with football or something, or play in the mud, because it's not a girly thing to do. I mean, it's just expression of feeling, playing, and just being, really.
Like many Icelanders, Catherine, who works in an art gallery in the capital, is a fan of ungendered education.
What's your problem? What's your problem?
Where's Daddy?
I don't care how misogynist I sound right now. This is why. This is why it's not ideal for women to be in charge.
Oh, shit. Because
I just want everybody to be happy. No structure, no, nothing. But I just want you to feel happy. Why can't you be happy? Why can't you play with shiny things? Why can't you paint your nail? Because that's a boy. That's why.
Oh my God.
Oh shit! But he gonna be. But if he grows up to be a good person, does it make a difference?
Drake wear hair clips.
I mean, if he grows up to be a good person, you know what I'm saying? Hair clips and nail polish.
I don't mind nail polish.
So here's what I think the example she made that I don't think is fair. And somebody did a study on this some while back, and they studied boys and girls together and separate with no influences. They just young boys and girls, right? And they put the girls down and they put all these toys out, and the girls played with all the toys. They played with dolls, they played with the trucks, they played with the blocks, they played with everything. When they put the boys in the room, the boys, for the most part, they just all wanted to play with the boy toys. And they've done this study so many times, and they've tried to say, okay, what's the difference? Well, they say girls naturally do adopt to trying both. Whereas boys, we run, we fall, we want to knock shit around, we want to throw things. Our energy is just more, I hate to say, destructive and reckless and everything else. Now, Casey, maybe you can speak to it too. Look at George. George want to test him. He want to grab some shit. He don't want his nails painted. He don't want no clips in his hair. He look at it. He want to knock that shit over. He's like, hey, man, hey, give me something. You know what I'm saying? But Casey, you can speak to this because you know you've been dealing with childcare. What do you see? Is there a natural difference between what boys want to do and what girls just want to do?
It goes by age. When they're young, there's no difference. Like when I say young, I mean like 2, 3. Like with the kitchen, they all want to be up in the kitchen, and they're not. There's nothing feminine or masculine about it. It's just food. It's just food. They like it's pizza, it's a chicken wing. It's just mimicking home life. You know. Same thing but no, I'm gonna take that back. When it comes to cars, the boys do play longer with the cars. The girls will play, but they be like, I'm done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The boys, when it comes to dolls, they are just aggressive with them. Like, can we make them fight? Can I, you know, can I throw it? You know, they don't be like,
can we capture it? Can we get the doll and we get our little toy men and we're gonna capture that doll over there? We're gonna hold them hostage and you get to the girl doll and you save it with yours.
I wonder what was wrong with me because that's how I used to play with dolls. Like they had to be captured and tied up, and He-Man would come save Barbie. Like,
so
my sister was.
You have like 1 out of 10 boys that is not interested in like really any of it. It's like, oh, I gotta play with toys, cool, but I really rather be learning my ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, and you know, like I'm not interested in any of it. So it really depends on the child, you know what I mean? But whatever you throw at them and teach them, if you teach girls princess, baby doll, cook, you can tell it's programmed. And then
that's what we need. We need more of that.
No, because they'll say
that what you teach, Casey? Is that what you teach?
No, I do not. Because when they say stuff like that, that's like extra. I don't want to say extra feminine, but just kinda. I'd be like, you too young to be thinking like that. Like it should be just like average across the board until you decide like, I like this better. I like this better. You can tell like they're just regurgitating what they see and you know all that. And I don't like that. I want them to be like free thinking and like what they like because of their personality versus like my mommy says I'm a princess and and I like pink and I all that stuff. I mean, I don't want them to like be masculine either, but everybody ain't a princess.
I think there's an inherent danger when parents try to overdo the grooming, like you overdo it because
they be in la la land. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not. They don't have a real sense of reality, and that's what I don't like. You know,
because I think what happens like when parents try to overprogram, it's like you're living vicariously through your kids, and when things start to develop later, you're gonna get a different result. They're gonna rebel very hard in the other direction. But I also think that if you kind of don't have some sort of structure and some sort of guidance, then they might go they just off the rails. So I think it has to be balanced a little bit.
And I feel like you have little boys that are masculine, and then you have boys that are like super duper masculine, but just because they're not like aggressive doesn't mean they won't beat your ass. You know what I mean? They just like, they the ones that be like, you gotta tick them off and tick them off and tick them off and tick them off. And then all of a sudden your lip busted and your eye purple, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas you have like the average boy, you can say something and they ready to swing on you. You know what I mean? So it's so many different, like they're all different. And it's just like, you can really see the parents' influence on them. Like I always say, I'm not really dealing with the children. I'm dealing with their parents, you know, all day. It's like I'm having to, reprogram them to think for themselves and like think, like kind of in a normal way, because they be saying stuff and I'm like, that's not how this works. That's not true. And it's their parents. They're their parents, because there's no way they should be thinking at this age 2, 3, and 4 the way they think, But I'm like I said, I'm dealing with their parents. When it comes to like the attitudes and the tantrums and all that, it's all a reflection of their parents.
All right then.
Yeah.
Ungendered education. In Eldor's playroom, robots and dinosaurs sit alongside dolls.
Kitchens, you find kitchens in every home, and it's not everybody needs to eat, and everybody needs to be able to prepare food for themselves. It's not really designed or just for one gender to take care of. You find this in the boys segment in the store. I love to work with tools as well. He has this, for example, and he plays a lot with this.
Baby Kara.
Baby Kara. Hvað heitir litla barnið?
Lily?
Hann heitir Lily. Já.
Eldor doesn't want to choose between Superman and nail polish. And in Iceland, this is normal. Even the educational system is trying to abolish distinction between male and female.
Hi. Hvað segir þið?
Hello.
In Eldor's kindergarten, the children must leave their clothes at the entrance. Uniforms are blue and red, the school's colours, given indiscriminately to both boys and girls. In the morning, all students are taught together, then girls and boys separate for the class.
Why they separate?
Hold on.
The principal of this school to break gender stereotypes that society imposes on children.
Og þá vil ég byrja. Af stað, miðaber, seta. Woo!
Anna has been teaching at the school for over 20 years. Today, she's with this group of girls. On the schedule, no textbooks, but an obstacle course with rocky music in the background. The girls learn to overcome their fears and to value themselves.
Wow, með annari. Já, vel gert, miðaldi. Woohoo! Þið sterkar eða sterkar? The school system, they want girls to be quiet. So if a girl is just taking a bit more space than the teacher thinks she should take, the teacher will probably scold her, to stop. But a boy can take a lot more, do a lot more, and the teacher is just, oh, boys will be boys. So we need, girls to be strong and confident.
Here, the girls are encouraged to shout and occupy space. They are free. Gone is the image of the model girl, soft and silent. On the boys' side, the atmosphere is quite different. Solveig has taught the boys for 5 years.
Við byrja á því að fara fallegan hrósring, þess að þið kunnu svo vel. Tengja með höndunum, horfa í augun og gefa vini fallegt hrós og þakka fyrir sig. Gjör svo vel, Hildur.
Góðan daginn, Tinna Jökull. Þú ert með falleg augu. Takk. Góðan daginn, Tinna Tryggvi. Þú ert hjartavinur. Takk.
Now they are learning how to just show each other friendship and be like pleasant to each other and show kindness to like this closeness. Setjast aftur í vinarhringinn. Kjarna okkur. Aðeins að kjarna okkur með jógahjartanu og finna lyktina. Ég ætla að byrja.
Thanks to these exercises, the descendants of the powerful Vikings are now encouraged to be gentle and sensitive.
Nú ætlum við að bretta upp ermar og vinir ætla að setja handábyrgð á vini sína. the society is like really expecting boys to be tough and the girls not to be so tough, and we want to like even that out. So that's what we're looking for.
Outside of these workshops, the boys are still free to play soccer or other traditionally male games. The goal is not to reverse the genders, but to harmonise them. The woman behind this pedagogy is 70-year-old Margaret Pala Olafsdottir, a former educator. She concepted this unique educational model 30 years ago.
Put boys and girls in this room, and I know what will happen because I have observed it for years. The boys would take over, they would be the active ones, and like this now they are building something out of the blocks with the boys inside. The boys would take care of it. They would back up the girls.
Today, Margaret runs about 15 kindergartens and 3 elementary schools, partly subsidised by the state. The price per student, €250 per month. Her approach, which puts emphasis on the individual rather than gender, is proving to be increasingly successful.
Usually, you would consider this girlish, but our boys, they do not know what is boyish or girlish. Everything happening in the old boys groups is just boyish, whatever it is. They do not have any idea about splitting the world in two.
Recent studies of former students confirm that this
them boys look
just
so
looks like
miserable.
indoctrination to me.
Them boys look miserable. So I think the difference, like what Casey was saying, was let the kids be free, let them kind of choose their own path. This does look a bit more like what you just said, Chef, more like indoctrination. Like they're just programming these kids, like they're experimenting on them a little bit. That's kind of what I saw. It looked like an experiment. It looked like a social experiment.
That's exactly what they're doing.
So why can't both sides be taught the same thing?
Exactly.
At the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's exactly what they need. Is both.
Yeah.
And need to see each other learning and experiencing it, because everybody absorbs everything different. They need to see, they need to see each other do it. Like, not just be in a room full of boys or a room full of girls. Like, who thought of that? That's crazy. It's crazy.
Man, well, they got a woman. They had the first woman president in the world. Now they got a woman prime minister. They got a woman chief of police, and the woman's running the school. So when Frank said this is what happened when women is in charge of shit, his misogynistic self, he said it. His misogynistic self, he said when women's in charge, this is what happened. He said that. I want y'all to know he said that. I didn't say that. He said that.
And I'm gonna stand on all 10. Because what they're doing, they're trying to engineer a society that they feel would be best for everyone, which is a society that they feel that they would feel most comfortable in. So they're engineering these boys to fit in this society that they want to create, just as they used to fit in it. So it's just a role reversal, and they're trying to create this idea of what they think is the best idea for everyone, which is really just the best idea for them.
Yes, and they really need to think about, like, if it's natural for a boy to be rambunctious, and all you do is just like kind of guide them. You don't take
you guide it. You don't change it.
Yeah.
You guide it. You guide it.
And then the same thing with girls. If they're naturally sensitive, you just help them like channel their emotions and become in tune with them, and they can climb. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why you gotta be one or the other?
I think one of the analogy that I always think about is like boys are like a bull in a china shop, but instead you'd rather them be more like a wrecking ball. You know, they're going to expend that energy, but a wrecking ball has a direction. You know, it knows when to go, it knows when to make an impact, it knows when to do its job. But if you're a bull in a china shop, so you don't want that. So it's like you can't take that from boys because that's energy. Like they sit there touching each other like, yeah, and they looking at each other like, hey, you with this shit? I mean, I guess if you with this shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then what? And then later on, they gonna get by themselves and like, you was with that shit for real, wasn't you? I'm gonna beat your ass. And they gonna start building. One of the boys gonna get beat up by the other. You really was with that shit. We was just playing, but you was for real, old punk. You know what I'm saying? You know how little boys is, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that they're giving girls the space to take up space because that's a big deal. Yeah. That's like a really big deal. But how it's almost like let's raise the girls and lower the boys. Not that having emotional intelligence is lower and that they shouldn't, know how to be friendly with each other. But it was like a huge dynamic shift.
Yeah.
And I don't know that that's healthy. I mean, one issue I have with elementary schools now is the whole just sit down and be quiet. And
right.
That's not right. Us grown folk ain't sitting down and being quiet for a whole 8 hours. So why be expecting these children to do that?
Right.
Crazy.
And it's
unnatural.
It is. The expensive kinetic energy from movement, from activity. These are things. This is how we actually learn as people. It's the sitting down and being quiet is how the school system wants them to learn for teachers to be able to handle the class. But that's not how we learn.
Nope.
Period.
Mm-mm.
So I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
I've always thought I've never understood why. If you take a 5-year-old outside right now, if you take a 5-year-old outside and it's cold, that 5-year-old, he's gonna see his breath and he's gonna get excited about seeing his breath in the cold air. He or she, they're gonna be, look at that. It's just like, and it's like, and for us, and then you can teach them the science behind that. What you know why that is? Why? Well, because laws of physics, everything in the air is moving slowly. So now you can see that exhaust from your system and you're hotter. You can explain that and they can learn that in the real world functioning. When you try to teach them that same concept sitting in the classroom while they bored, they'd rather be kicking the person under the table across from them, getting some action in, than listening to your boring ass teach them about natural science, so I don't know. Now the video does get a little bit deeper. It does say after that session, they do let the boys go and do some different things. So I think they bring them back together. I would like to probably see something like that. I would like to actually physically go and see what the whole day looks like, so I can at least judge it a little bit more carefully. But to me, like y'all said, it looked a little bit more unnatural than, like Casey was saying. She likes to let kids just naturally gravitate to their own thing, and then you balance and guide from there.
Yeah, and let them run and yell and scream. Like, everybody will sit down and be quiet. Like, they have to get that energy out or they're going to be acting up.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
When you need them to sit down in the car or sit down and be quiet while you take care of this, they need to expel that energy. And it's being contained all day and they ready to burst. They don't know how to control it, But yeah.
That remind me of Game of Thrones when they said Joffrey had some of that poison in him, so they said he need to get that about him. they said he had that. They said he was bagged up. He said it's that time. He said you think he needs to get some of the poison out of him? He said, yeah. They sent the women in there. He wasn't trying to get that poison out of him. He was doing some crazy shit. So still, hey man, you gotta let people be them, man. You can't try to coddle. You can't try to control too much. You can set boundaries and structure and let these kids have fun within that structure. That whole ungendered education, I just don't know, man. It's like,
how is it ungendered when you separating them by gender? I'm confused.
I think because they're trying to reverse societal norms, and then they're gonna put them back together, and then they letting them choose red or blue. It doesn't matter if you're a boy or girl. You can wear what you want. Like I get it, but you see. Here's what I think you run into. If you have a nation of boys that grows into a nation of men that start treating women the way we treat men, I don't know if that works all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if women want to be treated the way men treat each other. We treat each other a certain way because we're men. And we know that when I pick up the phone, I say something to him, when I'm in contact with him, we move a certain way. I don't know if women want that. Now, if they're conditioned for that, yeah, it's like, you know, in the military, you know, when you're at this unit and it's all males, they move a certain way. When women get brought into that space, they start conducting themselves differently. And I think women appreciate the fact that these dudes ain't running around like some wild feral animals when we come into the space. I think there's an appreciation for that. I don't know. Huh?
Y'all still be feral.
There's still something, but I mean, like when I was young and I was in the barbershop and a woman walked into the barbershop that my granddaddy was the barber and part owner of, all that talk that those men were doing, woman came in, they kind of, hey, it's a woman in here. And then when that woman leave, they go right back to shooting shit. Yeah.
I'm gonna hear what y'all talking about. Y'all be having some good gossip.
Now that's cool. Now look, if you want to be a fly on the wall, it's cool. But man, hey, but after
the barbershop had way better gossip than the beauty shop.
Listen, see, we don't gossip. We talk shit. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. No, we don't. Our stuff be based on fact. Hey man, that nigga Ron, that nigga on crack. Hell yeah, he on crack. He bought from my nephew. My nephew just got out of jail. He went to go get his money back. Went right down there and sold that man that dope. We know that daddy right there. Just he sold that boy stuff because they daddy on crack, and they talk about him in the barbershop. Yeah, this ain't rumors. You know what I'm saying? Gossip's a rumor based. Talking shit is facts based. So that's what we're talking about.
That's not true.
Gossip is rumor based. It's not facts based.
Gossip is truth. Yes, it is.
No, gossip is rumor. Google it. I Googled this not too long ago. Gossip is more rumor based. Talking shit, which I'm just making that part up. That's facts based, and that's what us men do. We talk shit. Ain't no rumors. If I tell you Earl ain't shit, it's because I know Earl ain't shit. I just seen I know what Earl do. I might have partook in the same things with him, so I know, no, girl, don't trust Earl. If you ask me about a dude, Sheffy, that's in my friends list, I'm gonna tell you two things. No, I don't really know him like that, so I can't tell you. You ask me about another dude, I'm like, no, Chef, no, don't do it. Don't waste your time. He ain't ready.
Got none worth a damn other than Frank. And
I got some. I got a couple of them, but look. I'm gonna keep it real. My cousin Chris, if she went through, your friend is cute. Oh my god! I'm like, yeah, I don't know, girl. Just leave that one alone. What about this one? I'm like, okay, he's solid. He ain't shit. So you pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep it real. That's what the barbershop be like. The barbershop like, no, that boy right there ain't shit. Boy, he ain't been shit. He ain't gonna be shit. Because we know.
Man, look, it's
but there is
weird. I don't like it. I think it's trying too hard when they could just keep everybody together and be done with it.
I think you can do it all with everybody in the same space at the same time, and you can get a really good result. I think they're overdoing it. But again, I didn't have the whole video, so I kind of got pieces of. So I always like to be fair with context. You never know what else might have been going on to where I might have missed something. But I think it's at least interesting that they, You say I showed nothing. I think it's at least good that at least, man, look, with all the issues we got here in the States, something needs to be done.
But I mean, is it gender that's the issue though? I don't think it is. I think the issues we have here in the United States are related to personal selfishness. And a lot of people align their identities with their gender. Because I mean, you can go in the LGBTQ plus community and see the same thing.
Mm.
The same issues are there.
Right.
And you have people, my sister and I just talked about this, like you have teachers, new teachers now that have their pronouns and such. And that's fine. Your identity is yours. It's, have what you want. They will go teach at an elementary school just so they can indoctrinate these kids to choose different pronouns. Like they'll literally posting on social media, I got this kid to be they them today. I'm so proud of myself. And it's like, why are you even involved in that level of rearing for that child? And it's because that person is so selfish that they think their way is the right way. Just because their parents fucked them up, they assume that if it looks similar, that parent is fucking that child up, and now you need to stand in the gap and tell that child they can make these choices to do these things. And therein lies the problem. We have people so selfish in their own personal indoctrination that they feel like everybody else should be on the same board. Like there's a video, I think Frank posted it, where the LGBTQA plus person was like, okay, I identify as she, her, and I'm a wolf. And the thing was like, well, you have kids now identifying as animals, and the teachers can't tell them that that's not correct because it's protected via the the equality that's through I forget what act it's through, but things like that. People have become so selfish in their own needs, their personal needs, that they're not looking at how this can potentially transform society as a whole. If we are agents of the if we have structure and we have agency over ourselves, that doesn't mean we have agency over everyone else to determine what is beneficial for them in their life. And when it comes to children, there's a whole just lot of indoctrination going on. And therein lies the problem. It's no different between seeing a bunch of young girls out here singing Sexy Red lyrics at 5 years old, or boys being indoctrinated to be in tight pants hanging off their behinds and gold chains at 6 years old. It's the same thing. Just let kids be kids. They play with whatever toys they use. They wear clothes that fit.
Yeah. I always thought, man, if you let a child choose, the funnest thing to do is watch a child go pick out their own clothes.
Man.
And they gonna go pick out their own favorite shit. It's gonna be some bunny slippers. It's gonna be some cargo pants. It's gonna be that favorite red vest. It's gonna be a hat that don't match. It's gonna be some gloves. It's gonna be all the dopest stuff that they could possibly. They gonna look like Andre 3000 and Erykah Badu and some like all the combinations of things. They don't want none of this shit that we trying to put on them. They don't want none of that. They don't want a part of none of it. They will become adults and selfish and self-aware and all about image and all that other stuff on their own. We don't gotta do it. I promise you, we don't gotta do that shit. They gonna get there when they get there. Casey and Sam, y'all can have last comments on this one because then we're gonna close this bad boy on out. Yeah, man, they doing too much sometimes, I think.
No, I don't think I have anything else to add to it, but yeah, I don't have anything else to add to it.
All right, y'all. Casey, you gonna unindoctrinate some kids tomorrow. You've been fighting parents all your life. You've been fighting this fight, so we're gonna fight this fight tomorrow.
Yes, they belong to me. I have them all day, so they're gonna be little me. I'm the mama.
Get George on over there. Get George on over there. Get him over there for she said by the time she's done with it, he gonna come back pottying and doing taxes. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
For real. Taxes too? Shoot.
Taxes too. She said taxes too.
All right, he'll be building you a house. Mama, you sit down and rest your feet.
Hey. He athletic too. He already got some pecs and some biceps. Let's do it.
and I ain't even forget how Sheffy and Frank played in my face, and Frank got to meet him before I did. Yeah,
man. But I mean, so Kira is actually who won that because he didn't like Frank too hot, but he loved him some Kira.
Hell no, he don't like that. Kids don't like no nasty beard. They don't want that.
Oh, this Frank picked him up. He started.
Yeah, I don't want that.
He calmed down for a good 3 minutes.
Yeah, but Kira, he stared at Kira for like 20 minutes.
Hey, he tried. Hey, you see, I would have checked that, Frank.
Like,
You should have checked
I
that.
like what
You
I
should have checked
see,
that.
man.
You should have checked that real quick.
He was all disrespectful too.
Yeah, boy.
He was real, like he wasn't eating no nothing. He wasn't eating the bottom no more, none of that.
I'm like, hey, this ain't that, bro. This ain't that. That's mine right there. So we ain't finna have this. Yeah, boy. The kid, these little boys will try you, boy. They'll lay up on your soft woman. They smell. They'll try you real quick. Gotta watch that shit.
My sister was like, "Oh, you could tell Frank loved Kira." I said, "How?" Said every time she talked and he look at her, he just stares at her so lovingly. It was so cute.
Who does that?
Frank. Like he has this look when he looks at her. It's like, oh, you could tell that man love her.
Oh, look at that. Man, look at that. Hey, boy. Hey. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna save this segment. I'm gonna save this segment. I'm gonna save this segment. I'm gonna chop it up and I'm gonna send it to Kara. I'm gonna send it short to her, boy.
Oh
so
yeah, like you can see it in his facial expression, his eyes.
Yeah, man, be checking
He's
for
like
lady on.
Bringing her in as she was talking. We were talking about breastfeeding and stuff, and he's just standing there like.
That was the breast. That was the breastfeeding. No, usually.
No, it was anytime she said anything.
Oh, okay.
Stare at her like that's mine, and I love her to death. Like it was so cute to watch.
Look at that. Hey, look at that, man. Look at that.
I had no idea.
Yes.
Because it's natural, nigga. Because it's natural.
You be locked in when she talks. Like you have to. It's almost like you have to listen to her.
Let me tell you something. I ain't gonna bust him out on here because we men. So I'm gonna let him make it. I'm gonna let him have this one because I know the truth. When y'all talking halftime, it's want. That look is the front look. I need to look like I care what's being said, so I'm locked in. But really, he don't even see. He don't remember that moment because he don't even know what she was talking about. He like, so I'm.
You know what she was talking about because he
was lusting. See,
he did.
She was talking.
He literally had to Google out.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. See, it wasn't what she was saying. He was sitting there he was just sitting there. He was just in there. He was doing the Birdman. That was the Birdman. That's what that was. I know what it is. That was that Birdman.
He ain't lick his lips not one time. You gotta lick your lips with the Birdman.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. The lips that was finna get licked wasn't his. He was not concerned about that. He was just sitting there. Yeah,
a mess.
What I'm talking about.
This is why kids can't be on the internet because of my well.
Yeah, absolutely not. And Mark Zuckerberg, I'm riding for you, Mark. It's these goddamn parents. Get these kids a jitterbug and put them on social media. Ain't that shit. Y'all have a good night. We're gonna get on out of here.
Good night.
All right, everybody.
All right,
night, y'all.